And good evening, everybody, and welcome to Stello Stadium and National ETV's playoff football coverage of the Division I high school preliminary round. There's so many rounds now, Jason Roby, I can't tell. Preliminary round, Bishop Guertin against Dover, a rematch of last year's prelims at which Guertin won going away. I don't think that's going to be the case this year. This is a much better Dover team.
Yeah, I agree with you. In looking at the statistics that Coach Kumba provided to me prior to tonight's game, it's almost like both teams mirror each other. They have two athletic quarterbacks. Both can sling it really well, and both can run the ball when they have to. I think the key tonight, Tom, and we talked about this a little bit before we went on air, is which defense shows up tonight.
That's exactly it. It's all down to the defense, and Guertin's defense has struggled this year.
Dover has won the toss. They will receive.
Dover's going to receive the opening kickoff, but I also think it's going to be, look, if neither team can stop one another, then it's a situation where you have to get at least that key stop. And talking to Coach Kumba of Dover, he said, look, we got to play in front of the sticks. We can't shoot ourselves in the foot. Do what we do. Coach Nalen, kind of the same concept. We got to stay in front of the sticks, keep moving the football.
Well, here's the thing that Coach Anthony Nalen was concerned about after last week's win, concerned after a win, but that's the way it was because it was a lot closer than he thought. The third quarter for them, the last 2 weeks, has been awful. Goffstown came back on them, and their opponent last week came back on them. Nashville South came back on them in the third quarter. They don't want to see that again. So, of course, the problem is you got to make sure you're in the game at halftime. This is the best team that they'll have faced probably over the last 3 or 4 weeks.
No question about it. We'll pause for the national anthem. We'll be right back after the BG band plays our national anthem.
And a fine rendition of the anthem by the Bishop Guertin Marching Band. And I didn't see the coin toss. That was probably the quickest coin toss I've seen. I mean, or at least visibly seen. But anyway, Jason Roby, they're getting this thing going right away. I'm gonna head down. Enjoy the voice of Jeff Kleiner because you're gonna hear it a lot tonight.
All right.
He is mic'd up as the head official. He's mic'd up.
Oh, just when I thought I could escape the officials, Tom, up here in the booth. Well,
exactly.
It is what it is.
Exactly.
Hey, fans, on paper, this promises to be the best matchup of the day. It is an 8-9 matchup, even though these teams are not as familiar with one another. They did play a year ago. Games that we had today, Londonderry one-sided win over Wyndham 46-13, Exeter all over Keene 31-13, Nashua North 27-14 over Alvern. They'll head to Portsmouth next week, Friday night 6 o'clock game. But the score was not really as close as it appeared. And then Salem all over Spalding 55-34, real defensive struggle there. BG getting ready to kick the ball off. It will be Connor Lennon doing the duties. A 5-2-2-2-1 employed by the Green Wave as they prepare for Lennon's offering. And we are ready to go here. Preliminary round action, NHIAA Division I state tournament. 13 teams started. Squib kick will take a high bounce, then a low bounce. It's grabbed there by Dover. Has a seam into the open field. He goes. And that is number 7 for the Green Wave. That's a Sincere Bailey, and he's brought down after a pretty good return there. It looked like could have been Balistreri on the tackle. We'll get it on the replay, but Alex Dolan, rather, excuse me. So we'll see what offensive coordinator and UNH alum Dave Lopez has dialed in here and how the Bishop Guertin defense responds. That's a spread offense. Sniffer trips to the right. Quick handoff, double reverse. It's going to be a deep ball. Guertin wasn't biting and had a chance to intercept it there. Threw it into double coverage. That play took a long time to develop, and Bishop Guertin was ready for it as they had two men in deep coverage there. Took a long time, and taking a shot was Ryder Aubin, and he's a gunslinger. You're going to see two really good quarterbacks here this evening, McDonough from BG and Aubin from Dover. Same formation for Dover. A slot trips to the right, and it looks like they got Guertin to jump off sides, neutral zone infraction. So a little gift there.
Prior to the snap, encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
And as Tom King alluded to, you can hear the head official on the microphone there. That's Jeff Kleiner, our referee. We'll go over the referees earlier a little bit later. Again, that slot trips. Look, split end into the boundary. The back is set to the left of Aubin. One-step drop, which translates into a three-step drop if you were under center. A quick fire out, and it was intended for Dover's Bryce Carberry. It was airmailed over his head and into the sideline of Dover. So it's going to be a 3rd down and 5 here. So Aubin 0 for 2 here in the early going. A little bit wider slot trips up top, split end to the bottom of the field. The back is split out to the left. We'll see if he swings, and he does, and they got him. And another throw that was just off the mark, and that swing route, you could see that coming in the pre-snap as he was a little bit wider. That was Brady McInnes, and good coverage late provided by number 27, A.J. Holmes. You'll see it here. The back was spread out. They tried to pick Holmes with a quick slant route, and he was able to slide over the top of it and get into coverage. So not a bad job there by the Guertin defense. It had the makings of what could have been a big play, but Holmes able to get into the picture. All right, they're in Guertin territory. They're going to punt. It's going to be a field position type game. It's a low snap. It gets between the wickets, and he's going to have to take off with it. He's going to be knocked out of bounds. Very fortunate there to get a hold of that ball, as that was Nate Wood, and picked it up, and unfortunately for the Green Wave, they are far from first down yardage, and it's going to be a first down for the Cardinals. They have great field position. They'll start off in Dover territory. So that early kick return for Dover, they just flipped the field. So Guertin with a chance to come up with some points after that miscue. They'll check the play, send the set back to the right. It's a double slot set, that Cousins look. And it was a quick slant route that was intended for Balistreri. And you saw stepping into the passing lane right there and maybe getting a hand on it. I'm not sure if we'll get to see it on the replay, but getting a hand on it in that passing lane. And that may have affected the way Balistreri saw it, but it'll be 2nd down and 10 from the Dover 48. Guertin in their green shirts and yellow helmets. Dover in their white with dark green helmets. Going to bring some pressure from up top. A quick route, and again, airmailed into the Dover sideline. It was intended for Balistreri, so McDonough with a high and wide throw. Both quarterbacks off the mark here in the early going. When we talk about McDonough, you're talking about a young man that's completed 65% of his passes for almost 1,700 yards. He's got 17 touchdowns versus 5 interceptions. So he's had himself a terrific year up to this point. And we'll talk about his counterpart on Dover the next time they possess the ball. A 3-step drop, which turned into a 5-step drop, puts it in the window, and it was zone coverage, and settling up underneath it was Cody Szymanski. And you'll see him find that window and sit down in there, and a nice job of recognizing the coverage, not just by Szymanski, but by McDonough. He read that coverage, and they have a first down, and they're on the move at the Dover 32-yard line. Good protection by the offensive line of Guertin as well. So we got trips to the field here, and a split end, lone split end up top. The back is to McDonough's left. Barks out the signals. It'll be a pass. McDonough taking a shot down the left sideline, and it's going to be contested. And a good one-on-one matchup there. It was intended for Balistreri, and it looked like he had a step early on, a little bit of makeup speed there on the back end of things. So a nice job by the corner on that side. It was all alone on an island. And as I look back, I think that was Amari Lewis. So a good play by him. A little rodeo rollout, and McDonough gonna get hit as the ball leaves his hand. Good pressure off of the edge there. He tried to get some leverage towards the sideline, but Sincere Bailey would have nothing of it. He makes himself known to Mr. McDonough, so it's gonna be a 3rd down and 10. Huge play here. We've yet to see Guertin run the football. So they might be trying to loosen up this Dover defense. It's a 4-2-5, variations of it employed by the Green Wave. It's a senior-oriented team. McDonough barking signals. He's got a double slot. 1 step, fires, and that slant this time is complete. And a nice job keeping his footing as he broke back to the outside was Szymanski. So Szymanski, a nice job of getting in on that slant. McDonough puts it on him, and then Szymanski breaks back to the outside. So again, a double slot look. It's actually an ace look down here with the split end on the inside and the flanker on the outside. We call that ace. 1 back in the backfield to McDonough's left, barking signals. Slot up top, way outside the numbers. The first run play of the game, it's McDonough, and he's got a pass to the end zone. So it was whether or not it was a read, we'll take a look at it. It's a great play by McDonough, and there was nobody at the second level for Dover as we watch it. So a nice job as McDonough goes all the way. It was a designed run as both the backside guard and tackle pull on that. And those 2 linemen pulled, and there was nobody even there to block as the kick is up, and it is good. So Lennon puts it through. It is 7-0 Guertin in the early going. And so this is a Guertin team that is taking advantage of what was offered up by Dover. That botched snap on the punt, which would have changed field position, gave Guertin really good positioning on Dover's side of the field, and they marched right down the field via the pass, and of course they score on the run. So McDonough, no slouch himself at running the ball. He's got about 300 yards on 51 attempts. That's almost 6 yards a carry. Averages about 40 a game. He's just a little bit shy of his average on his first carry. 10:08 to go here in the first quarter. And Dover looking a little surprised on the far sideline, and that's an energy zapper right there. Lennon to put his right foot into the ball. It's a short kick and a good return, and Dover's going to get good field position again. Guertin willing to concede the field position as Dover's going to start on about their 40-yard line. So that's film study. That's looking at your opponent and saying, look, we don't want to give up the home run ball on a kickoff. We'll take our chances with a short field. And the way that the short field works is, hey, look, if they take advantage of the short field, we get the offense back on the field that much quicker. That is the old Chip Kelly mindset. It'll be 1st and 10 for Dover. A little bit of confusion on the sideline there. I don't know if they're switching out footballs or what the case might be. And that is exactly what's happening. Our officials here tonight, the referee's Jeff Kleiner. Our umpire is Roland St. Germain. The headline judge is Gary Finkel. The line judge is Mitch Mastromateo. And the back judge is Nick Ryder. And we're going to have a little conversation on the sideline here as they're, again, taking a look at the footballs. And I don't think they're checking the air pressure of those footballs, but you never can tell. The ball will be on the far hash. Dover will set up shop 1st and 10 on about their own 43-yard line. So a 3-deep look employed here by the Guertin secondary. And it's a run right up the middle. And that was by Dover's number 21, Carmelo Ordicia. So 2 yards, 2nd down and 8. And they'll employ trips down here to the field. Slot trips look with the number 3 receiver right off the left side of the tackle. Split end up top. Guertin will shift pre-snap, give a different look, and they'll run a little speed option to the field, and they keep the relationship, and well done. And I'm going to tell you right now as we watch that play, it's Aubin on the option, and keeping the relationship on the option pitch was Bailey with him until he knew that Aubin was going to keep it all the way. Bailey ran out in front and provided some lead blocking. So speed option into the boundary. Interesting. Great play call there. They must have seen something. Interestingly enough, Guertin seemed like they shifted into that play, but the numbers worked out in Dover's favor. So they'll have a 1st and 10 inside Guertin territory. That same slot trips look down to the field. Split end up top, one back to Aubin's right. Barking signals. And it's going to be a quarterback pull, and you knew that because the wingback came back in motion, and Aubin on the move. He's going to have enough for a 1st down. You see it here on replay. The wingback comes in motion. And it looks like there's a flag on the play. Clock has stopped, so there'll be a discussion here. It was a nice looking play by the Green Wave, and I think they found something back towards the boundary. And they're walking it back this direction. We'll take a listen.
During the run, holding, offense. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay 1st down.
So it's a spot foul, so they'll back them up 10 yards. That is a tough one, but it looks like they're going to try to establish Aubin a little bit in the run game, and why not? We saw John Canaway of Nashua North get involved in the run game a bunch today, and Ian Rosario had a nice 1-2 punch on the ground. Double slot set here is Aubin. Barking signals. The running back to his left is even, if not a half step forward. Speed motion. It's going to be a speed sweep, and he's going to bubble outside, but he's not going to have any success on that angle as A.J. Ohms comes up, as does number 12, Sam Fayed. They got some help from Samansky, but that play was just too long developing. And you run that speed sweep, and sometimes it becomes like a bubble look. But if you're running it, the bubble look from a shotgun, you're really setting yourself behind the 8 ball. That's almost one of those plays where if you're going to bubble back like they did, you almost want to be under center. That's right, folks. Okay. I said that out loud. Under center. Shotgun snap here. Auburn, one-step drop, and here comes the pressure, and it is just a meeting at the quarterback, led by number 77, Aaron Chmielewski, and some of his friends. And there was no chance there for Auburn. None. Now, here's what we'll have to take a look at. They were bringing some heat on a situation like that, so we're going to have to watch. I'm going to tell you right now what you're going to see at some point. You're going to see a screen pass. It's either going to be a funnel screen or some kind of a slow middle screen. They're going to have their ears pinned back, and I'm sure the coaching staff for Guertin is talking about watch out for that screen. And they may have set it up here. Double slot set employed by Auburn. Here comes the motion to trips across the field. They'll bump it out. Here comes your screen. And it's intercepted, and someone told A.J. Holmes, watch out for the screen, because he jumped in that passing lane and went to the house. And that was a great read, and we just talked about that. They're going to set up that screen. A.J. Holmes knew it was coming, jumped into that passing lane, and went the distance. And, of course, if you're Dave Lopez, offensive coordinator for Dover, what you're saying to yourself is, got to run that screen on 2nd and long, maybe not 3rd and long. 2nd and manageable. So Lennon, to do the honors for the extra point, he puts it up and through, so it's 6:41 to go in the first quarter. Bishop Guertin up a 14 spot. So a good job by BG. And what we have seen in the early going here, look, high school football is all about field position, and Bishop Guertin has kind of thrown that to the side. They've conceded the field position, and all they've done is benefited from essentially 2 Dover turnovers to go up 14-0. So 3 distinct parts to the game: special teams, offense, and defense. You've seen special teams play a huge part on a botched snap on a punt. You've seen defense score on a pick 6 on a screen pass. And so 2 of the 3 phases of the game have proved to be beneficial for Bishop Guertin. Now, we know how explosive this Green Wave team can be. We fully expect to see Auburn kind of settle down. There's a lot of time left in this first quarter, 6:41, so the game is still young. A rainmaker kicked up there by Lennon. It's taken by one of the upbacks, and he had a seam to the left. He came all the way from the right hash back to the field, and it was a nice return. He had to run laterally for a while before he could get vertical. That was Brady McInnes, and a good job by Guertin staying in their passing lanes. I understand the not able to get the replay right now. I'm sure post-production, Pete Johnson will be able to generate that, so I'm going to have to rely on my eye, unfortunately for you. All right, double slot set employed by the Green Wave. It is a tight slot to the top of the field. Handoff there, a nice cut off tackle. They were trying to strip that ball. Holmes was able to kind of gather him in. It's a nice gain on first down for the Green Wave. It was a good strong run by Dover. That was Sincere Bailey. He's got a quick step. We saw him lead block on that speed option. He can run a little bit. It's going to be Bailey again, and he's going to bounce outside, and whoop, a little okey-doke there, breaking some ankles on his way to the 39-yard line. So I'm going to tell you right now, this young man is running at a little bit different speed. And Guertin going to have to be careful to maintain their lanes and maintain that edge because he has some wiggle. It's another first down for the Green Wave. And BG will employ a three-man front here. So it'll be, again, a double slot set with a wing off the tackle up top to the field. The back could be swinging out of the backfield. Nope, they're going to come with it here. And it's a design quarterback run all the way. They pulled on the backside. And a nice job by the front of Bishop Guertin. But it's a nice gain on first down of 4 yards or so for Oben. Oben himself has thrown for over 1,100 yards. Passes for about 140 a game. And he's run for almost 400 yards as well. So two quarterbacks that know how to throw the ball but can also run it. We'll see if we see that. Oh, another high snap, and look at that, Johnny on the spot. Are you kidding me? Sincere Bailey jumped up and grabbed that snap, almost a la Kevin Folk of the Patriots on the goal line two-point conversion. He jumped up and grabbed that ball and just cut back. And it looked like the line was reaching right. He rode the wave, jumped in the barrel, and came out the other side on the left. Picks up another first down, and he'll get a bit of a breather here. So Dover now coming back in. Double slot set again. And a different back now in the backfield as he'll get a break. A little speed sweep. No, it's going to be a quarterback design run all the way. This is Aubin right up the gut, and 3 carries have given Dover 3 first downs. They are getting big chunks. And I think they found something that's working here. And maybe what that will do is, look, if you're going to run a 3-man front, we're going to try to exploit that and get to the second level, get to your linebackers. And by the time you touch us, we've already gained 5 yards. They'll stay in that 3-man front. And we'll see if Coach Kumba and Coach Lopez continue to exploit this front. Here comes the motion, speed sweep. It'll be a motion to trips. He'll do an orbit motion, a little swing pass. It's a rainmaker and a nice catch out there on the perimeter. And good team speed on that reception. It was Brady McGinnis. And I'll have to tell you right now, this team can run a little bit. There's some speed. This is like a track meet out here on this turf. So another first down, and the Green Wave have found something that's working. Guertin will stay in that 3-man front. Double slot down to the bottom of the field. Now they rotate out of it. And here they come. Nice job disguising. They're going to bring some heat to the field, and it's a little speed option. And what happened there, and I'll tell you when you get a chance to see it, that was Aubin going on the right side. BG shifted over. They brought heat to the field, but it didn't matter. They were having to chase it down from the backside. So anytime you can get 7 yards on first down, that's a great thing. So 2nd down and 3. A lot of football left here to be played, and I think it appears that Dover's getting their legs underneath them. It'll be a 2nd down from just inside the 15-yard line. Dover is on the move. Double slot set with number 2 off to the tackle side. The back changes sides. Here they come, and it's going to be, it's a little wildcat look. And that time, it was number 25, Brady McGinnis, but there is a flag. We'll stop the clock and sort this one out. So we'll have to see what the penalty call is. Are they aiding the runner? What are they doing? And at this point, you never want to take penalties down here close to the goal line, because that really, you lose the ability to get first downs, and you're moved away from that goal line. So we'll see as they sort through it here. Jeff Kleiner walks over to the home side And it's a personal foul, and it's going to go against BG. So only half the distance to the goal. So instead of the 3-yard line, it'll be at the 1.5. So not what you want to see. A lot of times those penalties are frustration penalties, and that has just been a flex your muscle kind of drive. That's what Dover has done here. They have just flexed their muscle and gone down the field. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 1 for the Green Wave. Have to believe that it'll be straight up man-to-man across the board, and 7 guys in the box, and it's going to be Aubin, and he'll find the seam to the right side, and he is in for the Dover touchdown. So that, my friends, is what you call answering the challenge. That is a fantastic drive by the Dover Green Wave. Guertin jumps out to a 14-0 lead, and that was a very workmanlike drive by the Dover Green Wave, and it was done in chunks. There were no 2- and 3-yard runs. Everything seemed to be 7, 8, 9, 10-yard bursts, and the speed has definitely been shown on that drive. So they'll go for the extra point here. The left-footed kicker, it is up, and it is good. And that was Tucker Johnson, the senior kicker, wearing number 90. So it is 14-7, and it looks like we lost the video board over there. That happened in the first game as well. We had to turn the power off on the main scoreboard. Lisa Gingras is not here, so we'll see if we go without the visitor board or the video board for the foreseeable future. Rich McDonough, our friend over there on the PA system. But there is 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Okay, at the end of the first quarter. All right, so we are just about ready to get things underway after that Dover touchdown. And there are 2 kickers here in the game. Not sure if you're seeing this, but we don't know who's going to kick this ball. It's going to be 90 or 40, and it's going to be a little pooch kick, and it's going to be gathered in there, swinging that ball around. Got to be careful if you're Guertin. That was Will Helmke doing a little swim technique with the football. But once again, the field position is really a non-issue for these teams, as they will concede, and Guertin will have excellent field position. Scoreboard is back on.
All right, 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10 for the Cardinals from their own 45, and I'm not sure the last time Guertin saw the ball offensively. It's been a while. So they will come out in their spread set, double slot set. May have been, trips down here to the field, and that ball was thrown behind Helmke. Very fortunate there. Not sure if anyone got a piece of that ball, but lurking was Brady McGinnis. And if that ball was a little bit higher, McGinnis is going to the house for 6. So the timing was thrown off on that one, maybe just a tad. They're asking, again, McDonough's got a great arm, but he's on the far hash, and they're asking him to throw it outside the numbers over here. That's a difficult task for any high school player. Here comes the pressure. McDonough reads it, and he'll tuck it and go. And he's going to be swarmed by 4 or 5 green tidal waves, but it's a great run by McDonough. So nice recognition. Things cleared up for him. The pocket collapsed, and there was all kinds of room underneath to run. So we tucked it and went 3rd down and short. And since field position really doesn't matter to either team, you have to believe that Guertin would probably go for it on 4th down should they not get it here. They set up in their tight end wing set, split end, I formation. It's going to be McDonough just taking the ball and running straight ahead. Dover was ready for it, but it's going to be enough for the 1st down, according to the line judge over here. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 for Guertin at about the 44-yard line. So And the you know when they're going to do it because they bring in the different personnel. Now they'll bring their spread personnel back onto the field. 107 and counting to go here in a first quarter that's seen all kinds of action. Two pretty evenly matched teams in my estimation. Trips to the home side. Split end up top. The back is to McDonough's left. They're bringing heat. Here they come. McDonough steps up in the pocket. He's going to be gotten from behind, but they almost ran right by him. So fortunate is McDonough. He picks up a couple there. So it'll be second down and 8 for the Cardinals. He wanted to take a shot deep. Had to be man-to-man coverage across the board if you're bringing that many people. More than the Cards could block, but McDonough climbed the pocket and took off running. And he was a shoestring away from turning that into something real big. Dover going to rotate some coverage over here. Here comes a screen, and it's a nicely developed screen, but well played there by number 64. He's like, wait a minute, nobody's blocking me. Why would I rush the quarterback if no one's blocking me? And that was Kyle Merrill. So they had that sniffed out pretty well. Okay, we're going to take a quick break here at the end of the first quarter, so don't go anywhere. We have to reset a computer at the end of the first quarter. It's Guertin 14, Dover 7. Fans, stay tuned. We will be right back.
All right, 3rd and 4 for the Cardinals as we start the second quarter.
All right, we are ready to start the second quarter here. Guertin motion to the field. And it's that ace look, and it's definitely a power run to the left side as the guard and tackle pull into the boundary. And Holmes bangs it up in there. Going to set up a 4th down, but once again, field position really doesn't matter on a night like tonight. At least it hasn't thus far, so you know Guertin's going to go for it on 4th and 3. It'll be trips to the field. Split end is number 3 receiver on the line of scrimmage. Split end down here to the boundary. Holmes in the backfield next to McDonough. McDonough barking signals. It looks like it's going to be a pass. Tackle's leaning back here. Interesting enough, it is a pass. Taking a shot over the top, and it was intended for number 8. I think it was Lennon. It was, and I'm going to tell you what happened. The corner tried to undercut a corner route. You never do that. You'll see it. It's called wrong guy deep. Number 3. See how he undercuts there, number 13? You never want to undercut a corner route or a post route because it's a touchdown. Unfortunately there, for the Cardinals, they couldn't make it happen, so they'll turn it over on downs. A little surprised on the play call, but you know what? Why not? Take a shot. 1st and 10 for Dover. They'll go with a double slot. The back is to Auburn's left. Barking signals. They'll motion to trips. It looks like it's going to be a speed sweep, and it is. And a little sidestep there, and quick feet by Amari Lewis. Nice job by Lewis making something out of conceivably nothing. So Lewis has some wheels. So it'll be second down and short see what offensive coordinator Dave Lopez dials up here. Back set deep behind the quarterback. And a bobbled snap. Auburn's going to have to take it and run, and waiting for him there. Wow, what good leg drive. They had him about 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and he ends up pushing forward. Good leg drive there. So it's going to be a big 3rd down and 2 for Dover. We'll see if Guertin decides to bring pressure here or not.
10 minutes in the first half.
It's going to be a double slot look again with that tight slot off the left tackle. The back is to Auburn's left and deep. So a little muddled defense being employed by Guertin. We're going to try to get him to jump off sides. It is a student body right. And a nice seal block there. I can't believe they're going to call that. That is not a good... I tell you what they're going to do right now. They're going to say that's a blindside block, and I do not agree with that call. That is not a... You'll see it on the replay, but it's number 7 coming around. That is not a... Yeah, that's a tough call right there. And Sincere Bailey reacted to it. So...
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay 3rd down.
So we don't know if it was on Bailey or if it was the man to Bailey's inside that maybe grabbed the back of the BG jersey. So hard for us to really know, but it's a spot foul, and that's gonna back them up. So it's gonna be a 3rd down and about 9 now for Dover. Come back out in their double slot. And the back now really up towards the line of scrimmage. We'll see if he swings and if they peel and cover him to the field. He does, and they do. Taking a shot and a nice pass by Auburn, and he finds his intended receiver, Bryce Carberry, across the middle. And that was just 3 leveled routes, a short, an intermediate, and a deep. And it wasn't terrible coverage by Guertin. They were there. Auburn just put it on him. So what could have been a good situation for Guertin, a punting situation, Auburn gets a new set of downs for the Green Wave. Double slot again employed. The wing is off the tackle to the right. Auburn under center now. What is this we're seeing? And for those of you watching at home, that is a center quarterback exchange. That is a snap under center. And a great job there. Sincere Bailey on a little counter play right up through the line of scrimmage. So a nice job getting under center by Dover. Got to like that. Picks up about 4 on 1st down, 2nd and 6. And again, have to believe it's 4-down territory based on how both of these teams have played in the early going. They've conceded field position, so why not go for it on 4th? Double slot formation again, and it's going to be Auburn rolling to his right. It's a quick pass, and it is complete, and a nice job there putting his shoulder down. It's a good form tackle, and it was Szymanski, and Szymanski met McGinnis, and it's another Green Wave 1st down. So there hasn't been any lack of excitement here offensively for this Green Wave team. They're a high-powered machine, but they are down, and there's 7:53 to go here. Guertin bending but not breaking thus far. It looks like they're going to bring some pressure up top. And are they going to go back into the boundary? Little orbit motion, and they're going to run trap. And it was a nice design play there as Bailey cut it up through. So it's 2nd and 7 for the Green Wave. Guertin has given a couple of different looks here for the Green Wave to think about. Double slot again up to the top. It's a wide formation. Back is to the left of Aubin. And they will swing him, and they have him if they wanted him. They covered Bailey late out of the backfield, and we call that out of phase. What that means is the linebacker who's responsible for covering Bailey is chasing him rather than meeting him. And so Bailey had a couple of steps, but they wanted a little bit more. So we'll have to wait and see if they come back to that. Airmailed that one over the top. And it almost feels like Aubin had already dialed in on who he was going to throw to pre-snap. So double slot set coming here. Bailey is to the left of Aubin and a step back. And it is a double ace look here, or cousins as we like to say. One step fire, it's thrown high, and what a great catch. It was contested. Carberry went up and got it, and it was pretty good defense. Carberry went up and snagged that ball. So the Guertin defense is there. They're in coverage. They're just maybe out-muscled for the ball, outflanked a little bit. First down for the Green Wave. 6:42 to go here in the second quarter. You're seeing a good one. It has been as advertised. The 8 seed and the 9 seed, the winner to go to Pinkerton Academy next week, face the number 1 seeded Astros, who had a bye. It'll be trips to the top, split end down to the right. We'll see if they take a shot. They're going to press. That tells us pressure could be coming. No, Guertin falls back. Aubin will step up into the pocket and has a man, and he's going to walk into the end zone. That was Amari Lewis, and I'll tell you right there, a great job by Aubin, but there is a flag, and this is a coach's nightmare when you see these kinds of things, and you see the Dover kids with their hands on their hips. They can't believe it. So these penalties are really rearing their ugly head against this Green Wave team, and it's going to be a holding call.
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay first down.
It's going to be first down all over again, so no panic that sets in. And here's what you tell your kids. Look, we can still get a first down. It's still first down. So even though it's 1st and 20, we have to play that next snap. So unfortunate for Dover, very fortunate for Guertin, as the speed, there just seems to be a little bit of a differential in speed out on the field. Slot trips to the top, split end down to the bottom. The back is to Aubin's left. He barks signals. Guertin showing pressure from the top of the field. We'll see how they rotate over. It looks like strictly cover 0, and it is. But it's going to be a handoff on first down. Why not? So a nice job of stuffing that run on first down by the Guertin defense. It was a nice job by Bailey. They're going a little bit faster now. We used to call this NASCAR. So trips to the top, again split end to the bottom, and it looks like they got Guertin to jump, so a free play there. A free play there.
Dead ball foul. Encroachment. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
So it's going to be a second down now, and about, we're going to call it 14, maybe 13. So they've gotten back some of that yardage, and it's only taken them 1 down to do. Guertin really got to tighten the screws here as they need to slow down this offensive machine of the Green Wave. Trips to the top of the field. They're showing pressure at the top again. You can see the linemen for Dover communicating. Back will swing, and they got him if they throw it, and they did, and there he is. Saw that coming. Back swinging out of the backfield. It was number 25, Brady McGinnis, and you could see it. When you watch it back on the replay, McGinnis creeps over to his right. He runs that swing route, and they put it right on him. You had 2 players look like they were jumping the underneath route. I'm not sure if it was a hitch or a curl, but just too much speed. You got to run where they're going, not where they've been. Yeah, and you can see there the 2 Guertin players who jumped that curl route. Neither one of them accounted for the route out of the backfield. Johnson's kick is up, and it is good. And just like that, we are deadlocked at 14. Wow. And you know what happens when you watch plays like that? You show your hand early on. And when you show your hand, sometimes you can check the play. You might be better served to check out of it or bail your coverage. That might give you a fighter's chance. So we are locked up at 14 with 5:39 to go.
And again, Final Forms is a great sponsor. Final Forms leads the way in sports registration for the compliance, health, and safety of our
So
athletes.
Green Wave have knotted things up in this one, and we'll take a look at, again, you have two kickers on the field for Dover. And it's always it makes you have to prepare who's going to kick that ball. Is it going to be Trevor Brooks? Is it going to be Tucker Johnson? They're both going to approach that football, and you don't know who it is. And this time it's Johnson puts his left foot in, and there's going to be a call by the near side official.
Charge timeout.
So it's going to be a timeout
That is their first timeout of the first half.
by Guertin. Coach Nalen wants to talk it over. Not sure what he saw there, but he wants to talk it over. They have two kickers on the field, and you don't know who's going to kick it. You got to prepare. He's probably wants those guys to have their hands ready to be prepared for what he's about to see. And Tom King, tell me this. It appears to me at first glance from up here, there is a difference in speed out on that
Definite
field.
difference in speed. But so what you have to do is you have to account for it, right? So your defensive backs are just getting beat. And
Well, they're also tipping their hat by how they line up.
Yeah.
When the back is lined up wide, you know they're going to run a swing route. You have to be smart on when when screen
Right.
passes are coming, so on and so forth. But it's easy for us up here. We see everything up here.
well, the thing that Guertin's going to have to do to make up for that speed deficiency is they're going to have to be able to put pressure on the quarterback. And that's hard to do.
Yeah.
That's very hard to do.
Johnson puts his left foot in. It's a fair catch and a nice
So-
job there. 1st and 10 from the 30.
That's one way. The other way is just keep going back and forth up and down the field.
What I have seen when BG lines up in their three-man front, they're giving up big chunks of yardage.
Oh, large-
and they're
large
7, 8,
amounts.
9, 10-yard runs.
Large amounts.
When they bring people up on the line of scrimmage,
Yep.
they're getting beaten those one-on-one matchups. So pick your poison.
Right, and they can't do it one-on-one. So what I'm saying is they're going to have to match them offensively. So
That's what we talked about.
That's the only
pregame.
thing. They're going to have to try to match them offensively. You have a drive stall at the 38-yard line. That
Yep.
can't happen. Once they get into Dover territory, they've got to capitalize on it.
Double slot set, an ace formation to the top. Wide slot to the field. It's going to be McDonough. And he
Look at
finds
that.
a man right down the middle of the field on a post pattern.
Wilhelm.
Connor, was it,
Wilhelm, I believe.
is it
Let's-
8 or 9?
I thought it was not 9. I thought it was
That's Connor Lennon, I believe. It was Lennon
Was
on
it
the
Lennon
reception.
on the reception
Yep,
or
it was
Wilhelm?
Lennon.
Let's see that again if we can.
Yeah, it was Lennon down the seam, and it was cover 3. Looked like he had 4 verticals against 3 deep
Now
guys.
he pauses for a second. Up, it froze.
Tom broke it.
Yeah, I did.
Double slot set again with an ace formation. The top, the back is to the quarterback's left. It's going to be Holmes, and he goes right up the chute. And a nice job. I don't know if it was a trap play. I think it was, as Holmes just exploded forward, and nobody was there for Dover. And that's the one thing. They haven't had to play a lot of offense, or a lot of defense, rather. Guertin has not had the ball very often. So 1st and 10 for the Cardinals from the 21-yard line of Dover. So the Cards trying to answer back here.
They have to.
Double slot set, aces to the bottom of the field.
I don't think they can afford many series where they don't score in this game. I don't think they can.
Dover showing pressure. Nice throw there on the
wide
outside. Open. Well done. As I'll tell you what happened there. And get off me, he says, as Sam Franco on that reception. They were bringing some heat.
Yep.
And it was a good job of reading that pressure. And you're not sure if it's an adjustment they make on the stunt to, instead of running into the coverage, just stop and
McDonough's been alert to everything that he's a smart kid. They've been alert to everything Dover's going to do. So that timeout by Dover on defense, I imagine they called the timeout, 4:29 left.
Well, I think what you're going to see here, Guertin's going to go into their power run set. They just made wholesale changes prior to that timeout.
Yep.
You wonder if Coach Kumba has said, okay, guys, listen, we got to buckle down here, get ready for that tight end wing formation, formation.
You know that's going to happen, right? If you're BG, you know they've seen it. So you've got to change, or either that or try play action.
Well, they haven't changed their personnel, so you're right. Play action.
Play action
no
is the
question.
thing. Let them bite. Let them bite. But Dover is look. These are two good offensive teams.
Yep.
You know.
Well, you've got two.
If you took the over, you're going to be in good shape.
Not a betting man, are you, Tom? Are you a betting man?
No, not at all.
Tight end wing to the boundary. A double wing look here. Excuse me, fans. One back in the backfield. And it's going to be Holmes, and he's going to try the middle of that line. Actually, just a little bit off tackle. They close their splits down, and he drives down. But can get a first down, Tom.
Yeah.
So second
they have to get
down
to the
and 6.
One. Yep.
And they're going to run the same formation. They're going in a hurry-up. And they run the same play to the other side. And they just push and drive that wedge. And
he got down to about the 3 before he was knocked back. So I imagine the progress is going to stop at around the 3.
It's going to be a 3rd and a yard based on the sticks that we're seeing.
All right.
So they line up in that same formation. McDonough took a look at his wristband. Probably wanted to make sure he had the right play. Goes to Holmes, and he's going to go off guard instead of a little wider, and that time they were ready for it, Tom.
That's a play that they've run all year that's been very successful, so Dover does a good job to stop that. And now it all depends on where they spotted it. I think he might have gotten a yard on that, but it's going to be very close.
They're looking down at it, having a discussion, and they're going to say...
They're going to say no. They're going to say 4th down.
Well, there's no question what you do here, Tom, right? You run the exact same play. I mean, you just push forward with McDonough.
Right. Of course, this is my rant, right?
We talked about it when you weren't here.
Shotgun snap.
You see Dover get under center? Dover get under center.
Right.
Charge timeout.
Yeah, timeout. You want to make sure you have the right play called, and you want to make sure you have the right defense called. So they'll talk it over.
This is good strategy. You know, I like the ball in the air, but not in high school games. This is good. 2 touchdowns each. Good strategy with a couple of minutes left to go in the half. You know, I mean, I think that, you know, we'll see if those defenses can adjust.
Well, the game didn't feel like it was going to be a one-sided affair when it was 14-0. It was a couple of plays that were sniffed out.
Well, Dover had a couple of drives stalled.
Yep.
I mean, look, one of those touchdowns is a defensive score.
Correct.
So that's one thing. Guertin's offense has only scored 1 touchdown in this half.
So it's 4th down and a half yard for the Cardinals, and I would imagine it would be a lot of McDonough kind of pushing forward here.
Ball is at the 2, 4th and 1. Let's see. We get a better view here on the monitor.
McDonough barking signals. And he's going to keep it on the fake toss. He's going to go into the end zone.
Wow.
So McDonough into the end zone for the second time.
My guess is those signals he barked was inaudible on that play. Don't you think?
Could have been.
I wonder if it was.
So 20-14, and McDonough does the honors, and it's a great call because if you don't get it, Dover's got to go 99 yards and 247.
So we won't have replay. Pete will probably have it on the edit.
Correct.
Right, but I blame John Collins.
Oh.
I blame John.
Yeah, when he's not
here, we can blame him because he's Mr. Replay, and he,
Lennon's kick is up, and it is good. So with 2:47 to go here in the first half, it's Guertin 21.
Yeah, but
Dover 14.
There's plenty of time for Dover.
But that's a great drive and a great answer by Bishop Guertin. They catch that kickoff and they go right down the field.
7 plays, 70 yards.
That's a great answer by Guertin.
So that is a good answer, but you know what? The way to limit this Dover offense is to hold the ball and drive, and drive. But I guess you got to get your points when you can, and that long pass to Lennon is what set it up.
Both teams, Tom, we noted early in this one, are happy to concede field position. And both teams are starting with great field position. They're not kicking the ball deep to one another. They're conceding the field position, and I
don't like that. Kick it deep.
Well, I think the idea behind it is, okay, so if they score, we get the ball back quicker.
No.
And that was the old Chip Kelly approach to the game.
Yeah, I hate it. I can't stand it. Kick the ball down the field, pin them deep, just like I hate it in soccer when they kick it backwards to try to restart.
Tom Eeyore King calling the game with us here today,
everybody. The goal is down
everybody.
there, and you're going
There
at the goal.
Football on a Saturday. All right, that ball's deep, though, Tom. Look at that.
Now you got to defend it. Can you do it?
And right through the seam he goes, and that's why they didn't want to kick it deep. Off to the race he goes. One man to beat's got the angle. He gets a block.
And he's in.
And he is in. He goes, no, they did not throw a flag.
Yeah, but the flag is only going to march the ball back a little bit.
That's a terrible call.
The flag is only going to march it back about 10. It's not going to negate the return. He's going to return. It's going to negate the touchdown.
It's a 92, 91 yard kick return for a touchdown.
Unless it's a dead ball foul.
Here, I can't believe I just saw that. You get a man out front. Is a nice block. I don't see the penalty. How can you call that penalty from behind the play?
I don't either, and they're talking about it right now. I think they are. I think they're going to pick up the flag.
That was just not. I mean, it was a good block, but and I apologize for going nuts here, but these are the things that drive you crazy as a coach. So they're having a discussion here. We'll see if they wave it off.
After crew review, there is no foul on the play.
No foul.
After further review.
Yeah. Well, the longer they talk about it, the tougher the.
Did they call to New York? Is what I want to know.
Yeah, exactly.
Did they call Concord?
No, they called Concord.
Was Collins on the line? Toronto. Well, and I hate to say that. Obviously.
Jets on, cuts outside.
But it was a great return there.
And then it looks like
right there. There's the grab.
There's the grab. I saw it.
Yeah, there's the grab. It was a hold. It was a clear hold.
Our friends from FNLNH.
Yeah, a clear hold.
So it was a hold on the shoulder pad, apparently, and we might get a better look at it on this one.
They blew the claw.
So
they
point
blew the
after
claw.
is up, and it is good. It's tied at 21 apiece. So that's why they're not kicking the ball deep. They don't want the speedsters to have a chance to do what they just did.
You know what? Teach these kids how to play special teams.
But here's what happens, Tom. They scored.
Tackle.
They scored, but what happens? BG gets the ball right back. And that is the mentality of the way you play the way you play.
I just don't agree with it. It's a great run. Great return. A fabulous return. There's the grab right there. We see it.
I don't think that's a penalty. That's not.
They probably
He got under the shoulder pad and pushed him. That's not a call you make. And you know what? The referees. I'm not pro Dover. I'm not pro Bishop Guertin.
Looking at that real quick, I thought he got shirt. Right? I thought he grabbed shirt.
I don't know.
So I'd have to see it much closer, much slower.
They tell you is you never want to be, you never want to be a part of the game. You want to.
Well, here's the thing. It wouldn't have negated the return as much. It would have been a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
Just one kicker this time. It's going to be Tucker Johnson.
And Dover would have scored quickly anyway.
Johnson's going to send it deep, so we'll see what BG can do on the other side of things. Little speed up the right side, and going to be shoulder tackled down there.
Not enough.
But you know what he did? He caught the ball moving forward. He got the wheels turning, and nice job and a good tackle.
Well, the key to that return for Dover was, what did he do? He ran up the middle, and there was a seam. He ran right up the middle, and the blocking was there. There was no one in that lane because they were all being blocked, and down the field he went.
So, we'll give you a chance to catch your breath at home. You're watching on Nashua
I told
ETV.
you.
Jason
The under or the
Roby,
over?
Tom King,
What's it going to be?
and a cast of thousands up here at the P.T. Barnum Circus. McDonough rolls to his
Sacked.
left, and he's going to go
He's
down.
going to go
And
down, yep.
a little extracurricular on that push down. It's like Toby DeRocha. So it's going to be a loss of about 7. Second down and 17 for the Cards. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Pete Johnson's our executive producer here at Nashua
I'll
ETV.
tell you what.
Doing a great job, DJ PD Pete.
Dover would be starting to use their timeouts because they could get the ball
Yeah,
back.
and they're in quarter coverage right now. They're conceding anything underneath. They
Right.
might be, they're going to bring some pressure. They little middle screen, well designed, and
Well designed,
there's a
but a
pile on right there. And that is a good call. High school, it's a good call, Tom. When you're down, you're
No,
down.
I'm
You
not
can't.
saying the call's not good. I'm saying that's a big mistake.
Yeah, that's a mistake for Dover. You don't jump on a guy when they're down.
And that's a 15-yarder, right?
Yeah, that's a personal foul call.
Right, because in high school, once you're down, whether you're touched or not,
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, right?
So that's going to change things up a little bit here. You know, BG may have.
It should be a 15-yarder, right? Isn't it?
It should be. BG may have been a little hesitant here, but
It's
this
at
is
the
gonna
30.
flip things.
Yeah, it's at the 33. But here's the other thing you talked about, the difference in speed, and we saw it on that
Yes.
kickoff return.
Dead ball foul.
And that's what it
Personal
is.
foul, late hit. Defense. 15-yard
A
penalty.
late
added to the
hit.
end of
It's
the
a
run.
ball all
And that's
the way
like when a
up.
quarterback, bobbles the ball and goes down, and you have a guy jump on him at the end there.
Right.
In high school, and even in college, you can't get up in college either. So it's going to be a first down for the Cardinals.
Should be at about the 49-yard line.
We got
48.
Dylan.
Yard penalty on the green wave. Personal foul.
Dylan get to the chopper. Smith on the camera work. Tim Diesel O'Neill also providing some help, and Frank 5 Nights at Freddy's Wallen.
Got
And a
it.
nice
Whoa.
pass there, and a good slant route complete to Szymanski.
Well, that's where the openings are. The space is in the middle. The area that Jason Roby said they were going to let free,
Yep.
and they are letting free to negate anything that's
They
long.
don't want anything deep, so they're going to give up
Right.
that underneath stuff.
Right.
We'll see if they change their coverage. They do. It looks like a cover 2 look here, but it may still be quarters. Taking a shot there and a nice
Lennon.
completion to Lennon. So you got to like the height. You got some height advantages out there.
Well,
if
you
you're
get
Guertin.
Franco and Lennon. They're the two. I think they're the tallest. Wilhelm as well.
And look at that, Tom. Just like that, in under 40 seconds, Guertin knocking on the door once again inside the 30.
1:10 to play in the half.
3-man front employed here by Dover. It's going to be man-to-man and 2 deep over the top, and that's going to open things up. Oh, we're going to get a face mask there potentially.
No
no call.
I didn't see it.
Interesting. He may have gotten underneath the helmet, but going to be second down and about 5. Clock is still running, 54 seconds. Guertin has 2 timeouts remaining according to the scoreboard. I think that's right. Motion into the boundary, and it wasn't timed well, but it's a funnel screen, and Szymanski has 1 man to beat. He does,
He's in.
and he's going to go in.
37 seconds left. Plenty of time for Dover to come back.
Don't kick it deep.
No kidding.
So Szymanski comes in on the funnel screen. The timing was actually thrown off a little bit. Had to let the blocking get out in front of him.
It looked like an awkward play, and then
Yep.
what he does is he steps to the outside when there's no one there.
Yep.
And goes in. Had he cut inside, he probably would have only
He
gained
would
a
have
minute.
met some. Yeah, he would have met some traffic.
players. Right.
And the clock would have been running. He would have had to burn a timeout.
Yep. Exactly.
So Lennon to do the honors. And we have come to a football game, and a track meet has broken out here. Tom King going to do his rendition of the 4x4 relay at halftime.
In the first half. Bishop Guertin, 28.
So it is 28-21.
I keep telling the National South Girls Relay team, any day, anytime.
Well,
Whenever
easy there, Tiger.
Whenever you're ready.
State record holder 4x1 team. Those girls,
Yep.
those girls can go.
I said I'm ready.
So it's going to be 37 seconds to go here in the first half, and you think they're telling them to kick it deep? I don't know.
But the thing is, you give them good field position with 37 seconds left.
Well, what is it?
I don't know. I mean, how high school kids are not able to cover kickoffs. I've come to that conclusion after doing.
Well, if you have a great kicker, you always outkick your coverage.
Yeah.
It's a skill to run full speed and then break down and tackle.
So the thing is what I want to find in the offseason is a guy who can kick the ball in the end zone.
Right? There's a little squib kick. It's going to be picked up by the up man, and he's going to break to his left. He's got a little bit of a seam there. Going to be gobbled up quickly, and that was Ian Leonardi on the tackle. So
Another
flag flies,
down.
so not the cleanest of games.
Yeah, this
So
will probably go against Guertin.
If it goes against Guertin, we're going to move that ball forward.
Yep.
And, 30
go
seconds for both of these teams is like an eternity.
It'll go to the 50 with 30 seconds.
Depends what was the call. Was it a personal foul? We'll see right here.
It's got to be after the play, dead ball foul like that. It's got to be.
So it's Jeff Kleiner going to
Although look at Dover, they're not moving
fill
anywhere.
us in. Well, they're probably not aware yet.
Guertin's moved. They moved back to the 50.
So you wonder if they're going to get some oxygen down in the locker rooms at
During the
halftime.
return, personal foul, face mask,
Yeah.
kicking team.
Yep.
15-yard penalty added to the end of the
It's a
run.
15-yarder,
First
Tom.
down,
So now
Dover.
suddenly you've got 2 timeouts. You've got 2 timeouts and 30 seconds to go here. You're Dover. You can run what, 6-7 plays?
It's unbelievable. It really is.
So Dover.
So the ball's at the 43. How did that happen? Did you see where the flag was?
No.
The flag was
Was
down
it a
by
spot?
Yeah, the flag. It was a
Interesting.
spot foul, right? It's got to be.
Doesn't look like there's any complaint on the Guertin
No,
sideline.
not at all.
So
I'm just curious.
So we'll see the Dave Lopez-led offense here of Dover. How many plays do they have called in the last 30 seconds? How many plays can they get off? No backs. Swing route out of the backfield.
Oh,
There's
he's got
some
a
pressure
lot
provided.
of real
Auburn rolls
estate.
right, directing traffic, and he's going to throw it into the dirt, or the pellets rather, at the feet. And that's actually a good play. They wanted the back swinging out of the backfield. Guertin had it covered well that time. Auburn stepped up into his right. Both of these quarterbacks climbing the pocket really well tonight, Tom. Really, really well.
They're able to judge. They're able to know when there's trouble. They're able to know when there's openings. And they haven't been too affected by the pressure. The only big mistake was the screen pass that Holmes read and jumped and got the pass and ran 50 yards. for a
Three-man
touchdown.
rush, 8 guys in coverage, thrown over the middle, and they find him, and going to be wise to maybe get down. The clock is running. The clock will stop now to move the sticks. The clock will stop to move the sticks. We'll see if they take a timeout, and they do.
It was going to be this way.
Bryce Carberry reaches up and grabs that, and I'll tell you what's happening here is Guertin's dropping 8 into coverage, and they're just finding the soft spots. I don't know if they're playing man under.
That is a 20-yard gain on that pass. So 20 yards Guertin gave up. So if I'm Guertin, I'm not laying back. I'm going after the quarterback. I really am. I'm doing I am doing
The problem
I see no problem right now because you know what? You're going to give up the pass the way they play anyway. And if I'm them, I go after it.
I'll tell you what I'm doing. The way the quarterbacks are climbing the pocket, I'm sending a linebacker late in that gap. I'm going to find where the gap is that the quarterback's stepping up in, and I'm going to send a linebacker late.
And my thing is I think the quarterbacks are smart enough to get rid of the ball quicker.
So watch here, Tom. If
Let's see what they
BG
do.
employs a 3-man front,
I don't
they'll
think
have
they
3
will.
backers behind
I
it.
wonder, will they do that this time?
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
They're going to employ
Yep.
3 men on the front. But see the second level where the linebackers are?
Yep.
When Auburn steps up, they'd be wise to send a backer late into that area that Auburn's going to step up. Don't be surprised if they run the ball here. Let's see. And they're going to swing route, and he's open again.
Oh, he's wide open on the side, over the middle,
Oh,
knocked
good
down.
long arm play there, and a nice job. A nice job covering.
Finally, a defender on either side of the ball made a play on a pass.
And a guy that I've been following a little bit, Hudson Schmidt, you know, he ran the ball really well. Well, that's a nice job. We call that a long
They like
arm.
Schmidt. He's a sophomore, and they really think he's good. They really think he's valuable as a running back. And he made a nice instinctive play there.
6.8 seconds to go. That's called long arm technique, Tom. And if you
Yep.
look, if I'm reaching out for the ball, my left arm is actually longer. If it hits my left hand, it goes straight down. And if he catches it, I can secure the tackle. Nice job by Schmidt.
But you've got to be careful you don't get called for interference
Right.
if your body bumps into him.
Rolling left is Auburn. He sets his feet. He throws one into
Way
the corner and
overhead.
airmails it into the front
He
pylon.
still has 2.1 left. So,
They're sending on the field goal unit.
yeah, I don't blame them if they have a kicker who can do it. Right?
And we got that was the end
They'll
of
talk
that was
about
the end of the half / end of the game whistle for a soccer match.
They'll talk about it, yeah.
So they're gonna line up.
I hear those in my sleep now, Jason. All right, I got one more tomorrow. That's the last one. The last one of the year is tomorrow.
You must have been a Ted Lasso guy, though. You watch Ted Lasso?
No, I don't.
Oh, what a great show that was. Outstanding.
I have no time to watch anything anymore.
You can binge watch that stuff, Tom, in your downtime. Just binge it.
In my what?
When you're at the Tom Pound.
Yeah.
You know?
Tom Pound has one small TV. Everything else is just broken down, just like me.
So 2.1 seconds left in the first half. We have gotten all types of excitement here in this one. Both teams taking each other's best as they're going to have to replace the turf here on Mata Field at the end of this one.
Now they're going to have to replace it at some point in the next year anyway.
Which rumor has it.
Yeah,
And we'll leave it
we'll
at that. So 2.1 seconds. The field goal unit is on the field. It is Tucker Johnson. It's going to be a 40-yard field goal attempt. Snap is down. They're going to fake it. And he's going to take a shot. It's covered. There's nobody there. And that ball is intercepted in the end zone. And he will take a knee. And that'll be the end of the first half. They were looking for pass interference. It's a touchback.
Yep. They're looking for a knockdown.
Great job by the Guertin Cardinal defense, and we talked about
Then they
you got
probably
to come up
during
with a
that timeout,
stop.
that's the first thing you tell your kids, right?
Got
Watch
to come
for
up with a
watch for the fake. Who had that interception?
And
yeah.
no timeouts left. You can't take them with you into the locker room. Good job by the coaching staff of Guertin to take that third timeout. All right, we are going to go into the halftime here. It is Guertin 28, Dover 21. Preliminary round action here from Mata Field at Stello Stadium. Jason Roby and Tom King calling the action for you. The Bishop Guertin band about to take the field. When we come back, we'll talk about the games that were played earlier today, who advances, whose season continues. We'll be right back after the halftime show. It is Guertin 28, Dover 21.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. That I know what you're going through. I know things aren't easy, but you still show up. I wonder if you know that we can get help. That we don't have to go through this alone. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give a warm welcome to the Bishop Guertin Marching Cardinals Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Brian Stark and assisted by Ms. Amanda Stark. Especially a warm welcome for the seniors who are giving us one last show at Stellos. Give it up, all right. One last big party thank you, especially to the seniors in the Bishop Guertin Cardinals marching band.
I surrender, I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
And welcome back, everybody, to halftime here at Stello Stadium. We're ready to start the second half in just a few minutes after the teams limber up. I need to limber up too. Jason Roby doesn't. He's already in shape. 44 seconds before the clock hits 0. It is 28-21 in favor of the Cardinals. But offensively, we're tied at 21.
Right, there's
Guertin's
a pick
got
six
Guertin's
on
got
that
a pick
screen
six
pass from the first
by
quarter.
A.J. Holmes on a screen. He jumped the screen and was able to run 50 yards for the touchdown. But 3 scores combined by the two teams in the final 2:47 of the half. And you know what? There was almost a fourth.
Yeah, you know, Dover lines up for a 40-yard field goal, and a good job by the Guertin coaching staff to call timeout and make sure that they had their they call it field goal safe unit on, meaning we're going to let you kick this one. We're going to keep people back in coverage. And as a result, they intercepted the fake in the end zone. So it is 28-21. They'll put 3 minutes on the clock, and then we will get things back underway here. The best game maybe of the day here in the Division I tournament. Earlier this afternoon, Nashua North defeated Alvern 27-14. Tom,
is that the best game of the day? Is that how bad it was around the state with these teams?
Well, let's talk about some of the other scores. It was Londonderry all over Wyndham, 46-13.
Yep.
You had Exeter over Keene, 31-13.
Yep.
And then the big one, Salem 55, Spalding 34. A real defensive struggle.
Right. So you know what I'm going to say, Jason Roby? I'm going to say 13 teams is way too much because your first round games are blowouts, except for this one because it's an 8-9.
The 8-9 matchup is as advertised.
And today's was closer on paper when you see it because Alvern came back with 2 touchdowns late, 2 throwing touchdowns after Nashua North relaxed in the secondary a little bit.
A little bit. You know, the big thing for me, Tom, in that game was, and I want to get back to this game, but that North Alvern game, there was no sense of urgency there by the Broncos with 9 minutes and 30-some-odd seconds to play. They were still huddling up. They were kind of taking their time.
They didn't have a 2-minute drill and everything else. No, it was that way. But, I mean, but there's too many teams. There really are. And I think that'll be, I don't wonder if they'll address it or not. But here's the other thing. I misspoke. I said the offenses are 21 all. They're not. Guertin is leading offensively 21-14 because Dover has a special teams touchdown.
Yeah, 91-yard kickoff return where there was a flag thrown and then picked up after a conversation. And I want to talk about the referees. And, you know, a lot of times we get fired up about these guys. And you know what? They have a very difficult job out there. And kudos to them for coming up, giving up their Friday nights, their Saturday nights to come officiate these games. And I gotta say that if you like this sport and you love this sport,
it's funny.
They could always use more officials.
So
thanks to those guys.
The line judge on this side.
Yep.
So he goes, "How you guys doing tonight?" Joe Marshall and I from New Hampshire High School Sports. We're sitting there now. I said, "We're doing good. How you doing?" He goes, "I'm doing great. You know why?" He said, "I'm on a football field."
There it is.
So there it is. That's a guy I want ref in my game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So that's the way it is. And
Steve Beals.
And the shortage.
Critical shortage. We need to get more folks out there.
It's you could see it early in the season. Now some of these refs have had some more time. They've gotten more used to it. Some of the newer ones and whatever, but you could see it.
They've also been playing games on Thursday nights because of the shortage of officiating.
I like that in a way.
It's interesting. Steve Beals from Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, brought up a point. He said, you know, with all of the spread offenses that are being employed now, would it be a good idea to maybe have one more official on the field to kind of see what's happening? And I think there is some, there is something to that. Obviously, with a shortage of officials, it's hard to do that for every game in the state. But, in a game like this where you have two wide open teams, maybe 6 officials wouldn't be such a bad thing.
Could be.
You get Spalding and Salem, they're playing in a phone booth. Maybe it's a little different.
Let's just take a flag away from one of them.
All right, so we will start the second half on that comment.
They can observe all they want. Just take the flag away.
This is Tucker Johnson. He's going to put the ball on the tee and get ready to do the honors. They're just going to have the one kicker out here this time. Guertin was ready for whatever they might try and show as Dover broke from the huddle. We may or may not have replay during the course of this second half, folks, but it will be done in post-production, I've been told. That kick will go into the end zone.
How about that, huh? A kick in the end zone. Isn't that something else, Jason Roby?
Well, it's,
you don't kind of have to worry about the return or scoring quickly after they score. Come on. Just teach your kids how to tackle on special teams.
Oh, boy.
All right?
Pete,
Pete, we're
going to get some more phone calls.
Rant.
We're going to get some more phone calls.
Teach kids how to play.
You know what really grinds my gears?
I did a whole section for the tab this year, football tab on special teams, and all the coaches talked about, we got to do this, you got to do that, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
I know you'd love to listen to some more Tom's rants, but we're just about ready to start second half action. We've got a double slot set, direct snap, and one-step drop, and nice timing route as the pass goes out to Szymanski. He makes a man miss and picks up some extra yardage there. Brady McGinnis was in on the tackle, but a nice job by Szymanski. And we talk about how quick his feet are.
I think the 6th ref would have thrown a flag on that play, too.
First down. And
is it? I don't think it is. Is it?
Yeah, they moved them.
They did. All right.
And we were talking, too, Tom. Both of these teams have some good speed. You just saw there with Szymanski.
Dover's got an edge in it, I feel. I mean, I'm with you. I mean, the kickoff return, the wide open pass, those are signs that they have a little bit more speed. Now, here's the rush.
It's going to be A.J. Holmes, and they read that all the way in the backfield.
It was almost a run blitz, wasn't it, Jason?
Yeah, well, they also, it was a run blitz on the play side, and then on the back side, they jumped in the hip pocket of the pulling guard and tackle, and much doing there.
I think that's the way to beat this Dover team is to be able to run the football and keep the ball away from that quarterback because he is very good.
Well, A.J. had a couple of nice runs there down the middle. Oh, little funnel screen here, bounced back out, but played well. It was a nice job by Bryce Carberry, one of the 21 seniors, Tom, on this Dover team.
21 kids who, unless a couple of them joined the team this year, were on the field here at Stellos when BG blew them away in the first round. Another case of teams that do belong and don't belong, right?
Well, it was a year of experience and getting back to this point, and it has lived up to that 8-9 seed. This is a team that almost beat Portsmouth, who was undefeated at 9-0, this Dover team.
And that was early in the season, but it showed what they could do.
It's going to be 2 backs in the backfield, slot to the top. It's going to be a pump and go, and he's got a man all by himself. Open. They pump and go. They jumped it. And there's some speed for you as number 15, Ronan Balistreri, goes the distance. And you'll watch there, what a great job by the quarterback to get that little shoulder pump fake. They jumped that route, and all by himself was Balistreri. You'll see it here.
Here it is. Well, no, it froze.
We probably don't have it.
We don't have it, but he pumps it and then fires it, and the linebacker bit, and there he is all the way.
They were setting up that funnel screen again, and they both jumped the funnel screen. Wrong guy deep once again for Bishop Guertin. Kick is up, and it is good. So now we have a 2-score lead for the Cardinals. 14
points. That's their
points.
second one of the game. They led 14-0 early, and it still didn't feel good then. And it's 35-21 here at Stellos Stadium. But again, I think the 6th official, who would have been probably right over there,
you think he would have thrown a flag?
He would have thrown a flag saying that the receiver didn't run the right route or whatever, and there would have been a call on that play. So you're never going to live this one down, Jason.
Tom Eeyore King. Wow. You know, in your old age, you're getting more and more opinionated. It's unbelievable.
Yes, I know.
Unbelievable.
I am.
You're recognizing it, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
All right, Lennon will tee the ball
I think
up
the only
at
thing that
40.
saves me with Kip Jackson is we're both giant Ranger Nick Yankee fans after that rant that I pulled that night.
We call that passion, Tom. You're passionate. Onside kick, and it doesn't go 10 yards, and it was a great...
there is an official who is screaming on the sideline, not a ref, but a coach who is screaming on the sidelines because the ball didn't go the distance, and there's another example of how the short kick will just burn you.
You know, Sam Fayed was waiting and hoping and praying that that ball would go one more yard, and I'll tell you what, if you're Dover, you better not bail on the kickoff, and they do just that. They bail out of there. Look at, there's no one even close to the numbers. They were 4 yards inside the numbers.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team. Dover's elected to add 5 yards to the out of bounds spot. First down, Dover.
So not only do you go short, but you give up 5 yards.
You give it 5 more, yeah.
Yep.
So in essence, Tom, that's a 4-yard kickoff. All right.
That's just, see, I mean.
Here we go.
I'm sorry. I just don't
You know
get
what really
it.
grinds my
Teach your
gears?
kids how to play special teams, coaches. Not just BG, everybody. Teach them how to play special
Slot
teams.
to the right. Wing off the right side of the tackle. Motion into the backfield to Twins. It's going to be a little power play to the
that's
left,
not gonna work.
sniffed out into the boundary.
Right.
And
You run
good job.
Because I always say, you run to the short side. Most of the defenders are going to be there. Your blocking better be A+, or it's not going to work.
Yeah, McGinnis
So,
really didn't have a shot
this
there.
is what Tony Johnson used to do. And take a page probably out of your book. Because you're a good special, you like special teams. You work with kids on special teams. Tony Johnson would take the kids out in March once the field would start to thaw at Elliott Field, even in the mud, and just kick.
Yeah.
And try to find the kid who could boot it the longest.
I took soccer players.
Yep.
I would go get Anthony Gadis, who kicked for UNH for 3 years, played in a playoff game against Maine.
Yep.
He's a soccer player.
That's what you do. Swing pass, down the field, and it's caught.
What a pass
That was a
there
dart.
by Aubin.
That was a dart. Aubin is, I talked to one of the writers on the Seacoast. He said Aubin's the best high school quarterback he's ever seen. So in terms of the way, this year.
I'm impressed with both quarterbacks, but that pass right there was a seed, and it was just on a rope.
Just a dart. It was a dart. There was no one else who could catch the ball but the receiver, and it only took seconds to get there.
So we'll get, again, the Twins to both sides. One of them to the top of the screen is a wing off the tackle. Aubin barking signals. The setback is behind him, and it's going to be a outside zone read, it looked like, and Aubin handed it off, and it's going to pick up about 2, maybe 3 yards, long 2 yards. So it's going to be second down and about 8 for the Green Wave. They are down 2 scores as Guertin with a quick strike. And you have to believe that both of those things are things they saw from the booth, and they made a couple of adjustments, both the onside kick and the deep ball on that fake funnel screen. And this time a little waggle action. Guertin has it sniffed out. It's Szymanski in coverage. Yeah, he buys time for the rest of his team to get there. A little waggle action, a little play action rollout, and it was a good job. Amari Lewis, who is the
he's the son
of Stephon Lewis, the old UNH running back from back in the day, and it was a good job of Szymanski getting over the top of that.
Play here, 3rd and 7 from the 30.
Empty. A little amoeba defense going on with
Look
Guertin.
at the defense by Guertin. They've got 5 lined up
Who's
back.
coming? Who's dropping?
But I'll tell you what. Yeah, exactly. Who's going to drop? Because you need to drop. Otherwise, they will zip right by you.
They will not drop it. Straight man to man. And Aubin finds the guy.
And again, another great play and another great throw by Aubin.
And it looked like Guertin had Holmes coming off the edge there, and he had a shot at him at Aubin late. Aubin knew he had to get rid of it quickly because they brought more guys, I think, than they could block. So They brought one more guy to the dance than could be accounted for.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 21. We are 7:40. We got lots of time left and lots of points coming up.
And it'll be kept by Aubin. Nice block on the outside there. Get off me, he says. A nice stiff arm there against Szymanski.
And we're watching mirror images.
These teams are mirror images.
So alike, it's not even funny.
And I have to apologize to Cody. I've been calling him Szymanski. I've been told it's Szymanski. Yep. But he is quite a player in his own right. It'll be 1st and goal from about the 7-yard line. Again, an empty formation. We'll see. They'll motion in the backfield. Probably a speed sweep. He's going to keep it, and he's going to go right in.
Yep.
And it's just a matter of how many possessions are you going to get, Tom?
Well, the
team that has the most possessions
is going to.
We've had 3 touchdowns in a matter of 5 minutes.
You don't want to score too quickly.
3 touchdowns in under 5 minutes. Think about that.
Yeah, believe me, I've already been thinking about it.
Tom King says he's refusing to think, ladies and gentlemen. All right, attaboy, Tom.
All I'm thinking is how long the night's going to be when I have to go home and write it all up.
They're going to have to bring NASA in here to run the scoreboard.
Well, the one thing is the good thing is tonight we get an extra hour sleep.
There you go. The kick is up, and it is good. So it's going to be 35-28 with 7:06 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
So we've played 5 minutes or almost 5 minutes, and we've had 2 scores. You would play another...
Three scores?
Two
scores, excuse me.
So we'll play
another
5, and we'll have another 2 scores, and we'll just keep going all the way down. It is just going to be brutal.
Well, I think both teams coming in, and it really was the talk, having talked to a couple of the coaches, they were asking, how's the defense? I was asked how the Guertin defense was by one of the Dover coaches, and I said,
another coach said that to me too.
I said they can run, they can play, they can, because I think they both, you see enough film and we're gonna score points, right? Both of these teams know that they're gonna score points here tonight. It's just a matter of who's gonna have the ball last.
The best defense I have ever seen, the high school defense I've ever seen. Can you take a guess?
The 2005 National North Titans.
No, sorry, Jason. Nice
Bedford?
try. Yeah, last year.
Bedford last year was pretty impressive. I've never seen a run.
Best defense I've ever seen.
I've never seen a run like that in high school football.
Where they just shut people down. Now, Londonderry got 2 TDs off them in one half, and they shut it down. Shut it down.
Yeah. I will say that Nashua North defense gave up 7 points a game.
Yeah, that's good.
That was a good defense. Unfortunately, we only scored 6 a game.
Well,
so that was
also the defense that you had with Femi and Collet.
Oh, that was a great. Yeah, that was a good.
That was good. Those were good defenses.
Yeah.
But nobody did.
But we were facing the wing T every week too.
Did,
so it was,
it's different. Nobody did what Bedford did last year.
No, that was a very impressive job.
It was the best defense I have ever seen in a high school football team.
He's seen 74 years worth of high school football.
Oh, 104, really. 104. You got that
Flags will fly, and we'll check out what this penalty is here. It's Dover's moving back, so it's going to be...
Dead ball foul, encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
1st and 5 at the 30.
So you get a free play here. Do you take a shot? Or do you wait for 2nd and short? We'll see what they decide to do. Why not?
I'll take my shot when I get home after all of this.
Aces to the top of the field, top of the screen.
2 football games in one day is almost too much.
It's a lot. Oh, and he took a shot.
Off his back foot, and he got hit.
Oh, and he took a hit from the blind side. He didn't see that one coming.
Tough kid, though.
He got right back up, and they brought pressure. So it's going to be 2nd and 5.
Yep.
It was a heck of a shot that McDonough took. They're going to set up Ace down to the bottom of the screen, wide slot to the top. The back is to McDonough's left. Barkin signals.
Well,
it's going to be a quick pass and another funnel screen. Szymanski's off to the races.
But let's see the speed. Let's see if he can make it.
No one's catching Szymanski.
No, you're right.
He is
fast. He has got the speed there. Wow. I'm telling you, this is going to be a long night. Unbelievable. My goodness gracious me. Oh. 70 yards.
Wow, that was impressive. They've been, it's yards after catch, Tom, and there's, they must have heard us up here saying that the edge and speed maybe goes to Dover.
Yeah,
not on that particular play.
No.
He was gone, shot out of a cannon.
Yep. Guertin scoring way too quick, though.
Wow.
They're scoring way too quick. You got to keep the ball out of
Of course,
Dover's
as a track
hands.
coach, I'm thinking to myself, man, the team we could have here, boy. So 41-28, and you were right, Tom. We got just about.
You bet the over.
5:30 gone here, just about in the.
About 5:30 gone. 6:38.
The all-time record for a championship game, I believe, was 60-40. Bishop Brady over, I think, St. Thomas back in the day.
That's nothing compared to this.
100 points.
That's you're holding Guertin to 19 points for the rest of this game. You think you can do that? I think Dover could.
I mean, these guys just might get tired of running.
Well, here's the thing, right? What does this do now? What does this do? It brings us to another kickoff. We'll see how this one goes.
Most exciting play in high school football, according to Tom King.
Yeah, exactly.
So, 1:05, I think, on the scoreboard. No, 6:50. There we go. 6:50 on the clock. Been readjusted.
We've had the crew here today. We got Pete Johnson, DJ Petey Pete. We've got Dylan Smith has been here. We've got Tim O'Neill on camera. Dylan Smith working camera, working production. Dan
Frank's
Young,
down there.
Dan Young back in the studio. Dan Young. Frank's down
there.
Frank's down here. Frank went through 2 games, so hats off to the ETV production crew because it is a doubleheader today. It's a twin bill, as they say. 42-38 in favor of the Cardinals. 6:50 to go as that PAT was good. And boy, I'll tell you, this is going to be a very interesting quarter, and it's probably going to be, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and it's going to be the most eventful quarter and a half we've seen all year here at Stellar Stadium.
All year, maybe the last 10 years. Who knows?
Who knows? I mean, really.
Lennon about to put the ball on the tee, and wow, we've seen onside kicks, we've seen kick returns for touchdowns, we've seen pass plays go the distance, we've seen a pick six.
Look at the alignment. Does it look like they're going to kick the ball deep?
Dover has not changed the way they line up. But now look at this. Lennon's going to come to the side.
Yep.
And he's going to either adjust or someone.
Is there a timeout?
Nope.
No, there's no timeout.
Okay, yeah, our down markers are not, let's see. So there has not been an adjustment by the front 5 of Dover. They are still very much well inside the numbers. Maybe a yard or 2 difference, but.
All right, so my guess now is a pooch kick, up in the air. Trying to get it up in the air like a punt.
I don't know. Maybe roll the dice and onside kick it again. Why not? Once again, if Dover scores, you get the ball back that much faster.
Oh, please,
if you're
don't.
You know, and I'm a defensive guy, Tom.
I know.
I like good defense as much as the next guy, but
this is
fun.
Yeah, it's fun, but it's pain in the neck.
Tom's just running out of paper. That's the problem.
Yeah, I'm running out of paper.
He's running out of paper.
Give me a 10-7 game any day of the week.
So we are still waiting to.
What are we waiting on? So what is the delay?
They're talking to Coach Nalen down there right now, and
then there was a delay earlier with
no explanation given. They said something was wrong with the chains, maybe the down markers.
That's what I heard. Yeah, look, and it's sliding down.
Yeah,
so
that's where it was because the side official running over to talk to the referee,
now, the long
Mr. Kleiner.
delay you had earlier in the first quarter was a game ball issue.
Yeah, we noticed that. I thought maybe they were checking air pressure, Tom. Wasn't quite sure.
Yeah, they were doing something over there, but Nalen was asking for a delay game because Dover's supposed to provide the game ball for their side. So
right.
But here we are as the delay continues. Oh man.
So 42-28. BG on top. And somehow it seems like a 14-point lead is not safe in this one. Nor will it be the last points that are scored here this evening.
There are a lot of three-point shooting teams here. That's the thing.
So
nothing is safe.
An exciting high school football game. If you like points, if you like offense, if you like long plays from scrimmage, then you are watching the right game for you. This isn't Concord High School versus Trinity 1988 Division I state final. Both teams ran the tee. Maybe the fastest championship game in history.
I believe I covered that game.
Yep.
Jack Gaddy against Peter Bergeron.
That is correct. And I believe Trinity won that with a field goal. Justin Fossbender.
Yep.
I think I might be right.
That name is familiar.
Yes. How I remember that, I don't know.
Sad.
It is.
It'd be even sadder if I remembered it.
So
let's see. Can we zoom into that chain area across the way and see what's going on? Is that possible, Pete Jones?
Calling for some Flex Seal. I like that call. Bring in the Flex Seal. And now they're heading, I don't know. It's, they're looking to see if they have any extra chains, sets of chains.
How does that get broken?
Well, we'll get a call from the official here. I thought he was going to put his microphone on, give an explanation as to what was happening. But this is quite a delay. You've had some kids standing around now for a long time.
This is a very long delay. You got kids standing around. You're going to have to make a decision one way or the other on what you need to do.
This is Bishop Guertin's home game. Obviously, if it was... All right, looks like we're ready to get started.
They're ready to get started. I don't know what that delay was. I'll find out after the game completely to see if it was on the chains.
Maybe somebody lost a contact.
Yeah, it could be.
Okay. So Lennon now will get set to kick this one off, and this should be an adventure. Will they onside kick it again? No, they're going to kick it deep.
Loss of contact has been an issue in this game.
Too. Yes.
So we'll see. All right, now Guertin's in another different formation, right? Look at this. They're all lined up.
Lennon.
Boom. He's kicking it deep. Yep,
puts his right foot. That's a great kick there.
That is a good kick. And
in the end zone will be a touchback.
What a revelation! It's in the end zone. Dover gets the ball at the 20-yard line?
And this rant brought
instead
to you by the ability to kick the ball into the end zone.
How about that?
Pete, do you want me to give the number to the stations or the fans, or do you think they probably already have it on speed dial?
Now, I'm not insulting a team with their play calling like I was the last time, probably, right? Going out of the gun instead of. And in fact, at that game, I was making the comment right at the snap saying the one thing you don't want to do is snap the ball deep in the shotgun, and that's what they did. So here we go. 1st and 10 for Dover at the 20-yard line.
That three-man front, that 3-5-3. Motion, orbit motion into the backfield, and they will go back to the field, a little screen. He's going to bounce it back out, and he's got a seam to the outside. A great job of breaking a couple of tackles there. Nice work. And I'm not sure if that was Ben Allen, but it was a nice individual effort.
Number 16.
Yeah, I think it is Allen. That is Benjamin Allen, a freshman wide receiver. So there are 21 seniors on this Dover team, but there's a freshman on there. Trips over to the field. Another slant route. It was long and a dangerous play there.
If there was a center fielder there, it would have been caught and returned by BG.
Samuel Gruby was the intended receiver. It may have gone off of his hands.
But they can't play that soft zone because of Dover's ability, so they have to have somebody available.
6:23 to go here, just in the third quarter, a 42-28 Guertin advantage. It's going to be a 2nd down and 10 for the Green Wave. Cardinals showing some pressure, 5-man front, and when you blitz, you pay.
Yep.
And that's exactly what happened there.
They blitzed on the side where the man came in, and they ran the ball to where the vacated space was.
They just rode him up the field. That was Brady McGinnis. And you salivate when you see that sometimes as a coach. And that's also a part of scouting. We know they're going to come. And
that's Auburn's recognition of the situation. He knew what was coming. He saw it, and that did it.
1st and 10, double slot set. Auburn calling signals. The back is to his right.
3 plays, and Dover's where the onside kick would have been, right, Jason?
That's correct.
Yep, exactly.
So there's a flag on the play.
Right of the snap, dead ball foul, encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
It'll be a 1st and 5 situation for Dover. So you wonder if they'll take another shot here or if they'll just continue to triculate the ball down the field.
Oh, I'd take a shot. You kidding me?
Why not? Double
1st and 5.
Slot set. Auburn goes to empty swing route.
That is a lateral. It's a backward pass, and that's going to be officially a run.
So no gain on the play. I don't like it when you have an opportunity to gain positive yardage and you start the play off backwards. That's a tough one. But you wonder if they're setting something up here, Tom. You wonder if they're going to show that look again and maybe bring in some kind of a double pass because it is a lateral. We'll have to wait and see. It was McGinnis on that lateral back. So trips to the left. The wing is off the tackle, split end to the right. McGinnis straight ahead into the teeth of that Guertin defense, and he's going to fall forward. See, Tom, I like that play on 2nd down, because now it would be 3rd down and 2, and instead it's
3rd and about, it's 3rd
maybe
and 2.
3rd and 2.
So,
again, the same look with trips to the field, split end up top. The back is to Auburn's right. Auburn barking signals. 1-step drop. It is a out route. Nice job of switching hands with that ball.
Boy, and a great size mismatch there. Guertin able to handle that, but it still does not prevent the 1st down.
Bryce Carberry had to pull for some extra yardage there to get that 1st down. That's a difficult catch anytime you have to catch over your shoulder in that way. Trips now to the field to the right side. We're going to get a stoppage of the clock, and they're looking at the sticks again, I think.
Yep, they are.
So
there we go. We have a shot of it, and they're looking to see to put the chain back on the stick. So the chain fell off the sticks when they moved it.
You know, you would think a place like Stella's would have an extra set of chains. You would think. I don't know. You have any in your... Did you say that? Did he say that? Okay. So I can't hear everything.
That was so funny today. It was all right. No, thanks. All set.
So, yeah, you know, unfortunately, you can't just run over to Nashua South and grab their chains because it's Bishop Guertin's home game. So they're going to have to make do here.
You know what I always do? Any problem at all. Anything
Quit?
at all wrong.
Oh, what
Duct
do you do?
tape. Duct tape.
Duct tape will work, yeah.
Duct tape works on anything.
Yep. It's hard, though, because you have to pull those things tight, you know. And
no, you do. And you know what? The next time they move him, it's going to probably be a problem again. And they're going to have to stop. And it's...
If you have a paper clip, you could probably, well... All right, here we go. Trips again to the top of this formation. Split end to the left. The back is to the left. His mouthpiece is not in. We'll see if they say anything. They do not. It is max protection. And that ball goes over the head. It went through the hands of Carberry. And they always tell you if it touches your hands, you should catch it. But that was a tough one for Carberry. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10. So it's going to bring up another long yardage situation for the Green Wave, but they've shown the ability to move those sticks, but Guertin playing a little bit stiffer defense here. Okay. Well said. Trips to the top of the field, split end down to the bottom here on the numbers.
I'll say that when somebody punts.
Auburn over the top. That ball nearly picked off.
That's a great play.
And Szymanski almost Deion Sanders that thing, baited him into throwing it, jumped underneath it at the last second.
That is a great play as Szymanski comes in and makes that play and avoids any penalty, knocks the ball down. You know, it was a sharp, sharp dart And Szymanski eyes it and comes out of nowhere and knocks the ball away.
You know, Szymanski's had a great game, both sides
really
of the ball
has.
here tonight. He'll sleep well tonight.
It's one of us.
He probably doesn't have an article due by midnight tonight.
An article. I got a whole section due.
Trips to the top of the field, split end at the bottom. The back is in front of Aubin now, so we'll see what he does. He's going to protect. Here comes the rush. Aubin goes to his right side and incomplete.
It looked like he made the sliding catch and the ball popped out.
That would have been a first down. He ran the route at 11 yards and had it. So one of the situations where you need to take advantage of your offensive opportunities, and Dover may have let one slip by there. So a huge fourth down coming up. I don't think they're going to punt.
I said I agree with you with the defenses if somebody punts. I don't think that's going to happen here. It's going to be 4th and 10. I think they're going to go for it.
And they are.
Game.
The crowd comes alive here at Stella Stadium.
They're down 14 points with 16 and a half minutes to play. They've got to go for it.
It's going to be trips to the field, split end down to the bottom here. One back in the backfield. He'll release to the left. It's empty. Taking a shot over the top, and it was double covered, and a nice job by the Guertin secondary. No call. He wanted a penalty, but I don't think there should be. That was pretty good coverage under coverage on McGinnis.
It wanted for over the back as he was trying to dive for the ball, and I don't think it was. And he was being held. In the NFL, they would have called a penalty there.
Yeah. I like the coverage. I'm a defensive back.
In the NFL, that is a penalty. He had him by the shirt. Exactly.
So it will be Guertin's opportunity to go up by 3 scores here.
I can agree with Jason Roby's comment about the
make sure you recorded that, Pete. I'd run another slant to Szymanski here. Let's go. So it's going to be ace to the top of the screen, slot down here at the bottom.
So 2 stops by the Cardinals, that one and the one in the end zone.
And that's what it's going to take.
Yep.
Little hitch route to Szymanski, and he's the guy.
He's
a little
yep.
extracurricular there.
There always is on the sideline. Why is that? On the out of bounds, there's always extracurricular.
Jacob Bernier on the tackle. It's going to be a pickup of about 8, and you could do that all the way down the field if you wanted to, based on the cushion that they're given. And a nice job by McDonough putting that ball where it needed to be.
Tell you what, though, McDonough, I mean, you are upping the odds when the more you throw it, as Ken Parody used to say, the old expression.
Well, they're empty here. Here comes quarterback draw, or they're taking a shot.
Yep.
It's either going to be quarterback draw or they're taking a shot. Oh, little funnel screen, no soup for you. And
not that time.
You know, they went backwards. He lost 2 or 3 on that play, so. So, second and short like that, when it's second and short, the idea is if it's second and short, take a shot. Take a shot down the field or quarterback draw if you're going to go empty.
Third and 3.
Rodeo to the right side. McDonough got to get rid of that. The arm was going forward. They're going to say, they have not said incomplete pass.
They do
now. They do.
They do now.
Now they do.
The side judge made the call.
Just kind of trying to see what the call was going to be. The ball went out of bounds.
We are going to see a rare event.
Wow, a punt.
A punt. How about that?
I don't know that we've seen a punt since the one that went through the Dover kicker's legs in the first quarter. You remember that? That set up Guertin's first score?
Right, did.
So Lennon back to punt. Employed by Dover, 2 twin safeties down by the 20-yard line. We'll see if they apply any pressure. And it's a nice punt to the right side. It's going to pop up in the air and
touched by Guertin at the
take
23.
a neutral bounce. Guertin will down it. And it'll be at about the 23, 24-yard line, somewhere in that neighborhood. So 3:32 to go here. We are still in the third quarter. It is 42-28. Jason Roby along with Tom King on NHIAA TV. winner to get Pinkerton at Pinkerton next weekend. Next Saturday, I believe that's a 1 o'clock start.
No, it will be Friday night.
Oh, they moved it to Friday night?
Well, I know it's going to be Friday night, and I'll tell you why in a second.
Oh, please do.
Yep. Tell you why after this play.
We know North will be playing on Friday night at Portsmouth, 6 o'clock start. Oh, a little bobble of the snap. And Auburn able to get it. He cuts back against the grain, gets some nice downfield blocking.
If he had cut back with authority, I think he was going to have a burst at the 31. Brian O'Reilly, the Pinkerton coach, has got to go out of town on Saturday for and so he has said we're going to play Friday night regardless.
Well, when you're the boss.
He said he's got to, as long as the coaches agree to it. Otherwise, he'll have to change whatever plans.
Well, most coaches are used to playing on Friday nights, right? The
coaches and the ADs. I mean, he said talk to if Ryan Brown wins, he'll talk to him. If not, I'll have to talk to the Dover people.
Cards look like they're bringing some more folks into the box. They'll run speed sweep into the boundary, which is an interesting call. Oh, and a nice little shoulder bump there. Both teams playing pretty physical here. That was McGinnis dropping that right shoulder.
They got to take advantage of the tackling when they can do it, right? I mean, with the speed on both teams and the open field play.
Both teams getting you hate to say a little chippy, but it's one and done here.
See this now? Look at what is he holding up on the sideline? There's a card or something being held up.
Well, that could be so they know where to look for the defensive signal. Yep. There's nothing on that card potentially. There could be. It looks like he's erasing something. Speed sweep to the right-hand side, and wow, what a burst over onto the sideline by Sincere Bailey. And we talked a little bit about Bailey, I think. He came from New Orleans his sophomore year. And moved up to New Hampshire.
And he gets all the way out to the 43-yard line.
So it's not as quick a strike offense as we've been used to seeing, but effective nevertheless. 2:40 to go here in the third quarter. And it'll be a Twins to the top and bottom of your screen. The back is about a foot in front of the quarterback motion, and they're going to run a fake stretch. They're going to take a shot up the field,
wide open.
And he's all alone, and that is number 16, Ben Allen.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
How about that, huh? Wow. Somebody bit on a fake. Had to be.
So Ben Allen, the freshman,
Franco
extraordinaire.
Franco was a defender. He is looking down, and
he may have read something wrong. He may have thought he had over-the-top help. But even if you think it's going to be a run, you're not going to make that play. You're on the other side of the field.
Who caught that?
That's the freshman, 16. That was Ben Allen.
43-yard TD.
So the extra point forthcoming. The chance to get it to within 7. Kick is up, and it is good. Johnson bangs it in. 42-35, 2:33 to go here from the Kennedy Space Center.
Really? My goodness. You saw Auburn go back, and when he throws that dart, look, Auburn's not going to throw to a receiver he doesn't think is open. He'll tuck it and run it. So he sees that, and you knew, and then all of a sudden your head turns to the left, and you look downfield, and there's an ocean of green on the, in terms of the carpet.
We've seen some pretty good quarterback play here today, Tom. A little bit workman-like in the first game with Alvern and North. More.
I wonder where he's going. Yeah, there's much more. I mean, this is more effective.
This is more of a trucking around the yard. These guys can throw it.
Yeah, I wonder where Auburn is. I think he is a senior, I believe. I wonder where he's going to go.
Johnson puts his left foot into the ball. It's a deep kick.
Because he better play quarterback again, that's for sure.
Right up the numbers comes the return, and he almost broke it.
If he got by to the 40-yard line, he was gone.
And it was a pull of those tearaway jerseys. Very fortunate. It looked like number 23 had his hand. That was Joe Leonardi, able to slow up the return man just a bit. And Guertin will have great field position.
So we do it again.
So it's 1st and 10. We're going to have an ace formation down to the bottom. Slot up top. McDonough calling signals, the running back to his left. It'll be a protection. And underneath, and what a grab!
Wow.
Szymanski with some great hands there on that slant route. And Dover has no answer for it. Szymanski just reaching out and stabbing that thing. Ace to the top of the field once again, double slot.
Whoop.
And they get him to jump, and a great job barking signals. And you could see McDonough kind of really getting into that cadence, and it'll be a false or a encroachment penalty.
Dead ball foul. Encroachment. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Replay the down.
And you think about defensively, both of these teams, you know, it's coming fast and furious at you, and you start to think, what else can we do? We need a turnover. We need to make something happen. What you can't do is give free yards without having the other team run a play. 2 minutes to go here, third quarter, play coming in from the sideline. Ace formation to the left, slot down here to the right. Two-step drop, fired, and a nice pretty spiral into that window. And guess who? It's Szymanski again. Nice ball there, dropping it in by McDonough. And both of these guys, I mean, playing all-state football here tonight. And it's going to be a Guertin first down at about the 29-yard line of the green wave. And Dover, no answer.
None.
You'll get double stack look. And it'll be a run play. And it's going to go all the way.
Oh, boy.
And I knew, you know, every time they run that double stack, it's a run play to Holmes.
Wow.
And a great job by Guertin. And that's a play I guarantee you, Tom, the Dover coaches were yelling, it's going to be a run.
I'm watching it again on our monitor as we have a delay here in the box on the monitor. And, yep, so they all
look at how wide. Oh, and they brought a blitz, and they got caught in it.
Yeah, they got caught in the run blitz.
That's called a push by. The left backer blitz, they just pushed him into the wash. He got caught up, and Holmes off to the races.
30-yard touchdown
What's happening, Holmes?
run.
30-yard touchdown run.
Yep, 30-yard touchdown
and that
run.
is blocked, but good. They've got a piece of it. 1:14 to go in the third quarter. It is 49-35. Guertin regains their 2-score advantage.
Wow. Boy, incredible. Just up and down the field.
But fun.
Yeah.
It's a defensive coordinator's nightmare because
10-7.
You realize that you realize offensively that it's going to be a turnover that could do you in.
Yep.
So you have to be aware of that. But neither one of these coaches are going to stop doing what they do, and why would you? This is as entertaining as it gets. 1:14 on the clock in the third quarter. But again, now Dover has 4 guys inside the numbers. They'll line up and kick it off. And now you do want to make the field a little bit longer.
Oh, I would think so.
Lennon, yeah, I think so, right? And Lennon's going to do the honors here. Puts his right foot into it, and it'll go deep. And caught it about the 3-yard line. Here we go. High and tight is the carry. Finds a seam and a nice tackle there,
Boy,
Tom.
You were thinking, weren't you?
Well,
you saw that seam, and it was...
That was Amari Lewis, and he knows how to run. Son of Stephon Lewis.
Those kids, it's all inherited.
Yep. And Lewis also just a freshman. So there's some speed to burn here on both these teams. We've seen Szymanski have a heck of a night.
Well, Dover will have a 1st and 10, the 30-yard line. 1:08 left to play here in the third quarter. 49-34.
So double tight slot employed by the Green Wave. And a nice bounce out there. And they're going to get a holding call here. It was a nice run by Bailey to the outside, but the flag came out, and that's going to be a spot foul.
I just think that you have to respect their quarterback so much, at Auburn so much, that you lose your skill at defending the run almost. You lose it. You know, it's just not, I mean, they'd much rather defend the run than the pass.
Well, what are you willing to concede? What are you willing, to give up? When you see that quarters coverage, you know that your weakness is in the flats. When you see a three-man front, you know that you're going to give up. You want to keep the football in front of you.
You're going to give up the pressure. And I always say that pressure is the best thing. I always think that that's the thing. I mean, you give me, that's the one thing. Mike McDonough, playing against a couple of teams early in the year, did not look like he does now. Why? He was pressured heavily.
Yep.
Yep,
absolutely right. Referees meeting of the minds here occurring at about the 30-yard line. They'll make sure they get it right.
At least they're not meeting about the chains.
That's true.
During the run, holding, offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay first down.
So it'll be a first down and 20. They're saying that occurred at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
So first and 20.
First and 20 from the 20. With 104.
But they're not going to change what they do here.
Not at all.
You think you might see a screen in the early downs. Again, with that double tight slot look, the Guertin line shifts down to the right.
Watch the matchup at the bottom.
3-4 defense look here. And there goes Lewis again, kind of pinballing off defenders as he gets back 5 of those 20 yards, or those 10 yards
Lewis,
rather.
or was that Bailey? That was number 7, I believe.
It was Bailey. Thank you, Tom. And another stoppage and another discussion.
Did I see another flag? Yes, I did. Yep. At the 25. And
you wonder if it's a holding. I think Guertin's going against Guertin. You wonder if it's a face mask call, potentially.
Let's see what we got.
During the run, personal foul, illegal helmet contact on the defense. It's a 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Result in a first down.
From the end of the run, that's going to be a first down for Dover. So a huge penalty there against Guertin. Those are the things that I'm sure Coach Anthony Nalen drive him nuts.
Oh, drives any coach nuts.
So double slot formation.
First and 10 from the 40.
Oben calling the signals, motion, one step, free runner, rainmaker, and just out of the grasp of Sam Grubing.
So the pressure got to Auburn. How much did that affect the play? That's a question, because I didn't think he was going to. Now, if we saw that earlier today, the ball would have fluttered. We saw Boudreau throw flutter balls a couple times because of the pressure.
The pressure.
Not that time. Auburn, even off his back foot, got a rocket all the way down the field. And he actually overthrew his receiver, which means he had to let go of it earlier than he wanted to. And that's
or maybe
why.
throwing a little more air under it. But So 2nd and 10. And Guertin showing pressure. Again, they're in man-to-man. They're going to run that speed option. And that's going to be Oben pulling it in and bringing it up about 3 or 4 yard gain. So they were in straight man-to-man as they were running with the motion across the field. They liked that option into the boundary. They haven't run that play as much as I thought they would. They ran it effectively.
They had so much success with it in the first quarter and the first half. Now it's 3rd down and 5.
Trips into the boundary. That means they're going to run a slant pass over here.
Will they get this off before the quarter ends? I don't think they will. Nope, they did not.
Oh, and they did not get it off.
Get it off before the quarter ends, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter. Everybody, don't touch that remote. It is a 49-35 game. They're going to call a false start
against Dover.
So they're still going to play the. Let's see. Do they move it or not? No, I don't.
They will not.
This is not an on-time down, is it?
No, it's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Well, we go back to that North-South game a couple of years ago.
The on-time down on the penalty.
On-time down on the penalty
exactly.
offensively. And I think you have to run it because because if you accept the penalty,
yep, which you have to, really. I think if you're Guertin, right?
They're going to bring him back.
Yep.
So that will do
that
it.
Is gonna
That's
going to
be the third quarter.
Right.
End of the third. It is going to be Guertin and Dover just throwing haymakers at one another here. It is 49-35, a 2-score Guertin advantage.
Do not touch that remote. You go to the fridge. Don't give the remote to anybody. Take the remote with you and bring it back.
Or a mouse if you happen to be watching.
Yeah, that's
could be
right.
a mouse
Yep,
if you're watching it on the tiny URL.
Don't click on something else. Keep it right there.
Pretty impressive by both of these teams as Dover and Bishop Guertin taking each other's best effort. And it's going to take your best effort here to come away with a victory tonight, as there is no tomorrow. You go home if you don't come out on top of this one. There's the preliminary round, the last game of the preliminary round. Winner to face Pinkerton Academy next Friday night.
And that's another tier, right? Because that tier has not really faltered all season long.
Well,
so
and you're going to see,
these guys. They put 50 points up on them when they played them in Derry.
You're going to play a team that plays system football. It's going to be the series football wing T of old, and it looks like they're going to shift. It's going to be a trips look. It's an empty, almost an empty formation. We'll see if we get a swing out of the backfield. It's going to be Aubin on a roll, and he finds his man. And I'll tell you what, Aubin actually kind of put that to the field side rather than the sideline. Got lucky there.
Right.
So it'll be a first down regardless. So they'll move the chains. First play of the fourth quarter as expected. Exciting. Double slot set.
They're running a hurry up.
And finding it underneath, and it's a good reception. They're ripping at that football.
They are ripping at it, and it's held on very smartly and well done by Dover to hold on to that ball.
Yeah, Carberry felt the pressure, and he spun away from it, but there were 3 or 4 Cardinals there pulling and tugging at that ball. It'll be another first down for the Green Wave, and they will NASCAR this thing. They're getting on the line, and they're running as quickly as they can. Aubin directing traffic. Switches his receivers to the left. And he's going to roll left again. And he's going to throw it. And he's got a man. He threw for that back pylon. It was intended for Amari Lewis, the freshman. He had a step.
But he had Chemansky back there with him. And Chemansky can run with him. So the ball had to be thrown to that outside area where only he could catch it.
And that's the toughest pass to complete. Is anything outside the numbers
it's all
to the field. It's hard to complete those passes.
Yep.
Chemansky is, boy, he's probably run a couple of miles here tonight for sure. Probably 10. And it looks like it's going to get some pressure. It looks like straight man-to-man defense here. And right up the chute
middle
goes Brady McInnes.
Again, you're so afraid of the pass that your run defense is almost an afterthought right now.
So third down and a long 4 for the Green Wave. They're in 4-down territory here, no question about it. Inside of 11 minutes to go in regulation.
But you're not seeing any pressure except for that one throw where he threw incomplete on the quarterback.
A little orbit motion into the backfield, and they'll run a trap play up the chute. And it's going to be a nice cut back against the grain.
And anything he's in?
And it's not going to be, and he's going to be down inside the 1-yard line.
That was as close as could be, and a great run, but a great job on the formation. And some words being said.
Yeah,
just
Sincere
after that.
Bailey and had some.
Yeah, Bailey had some words.
I don't think they're exchanging addresses for holiday cards.
I don't think so.
Speaking of which, Tom, you going to send me a card this year?
No.
Okay.
I don't send anybody cards.
Okay. Not surprised.
No, of course not.
The Grinch himself.
Bah humbug.
And that is going to be a touchdown. Didn't have far to go. Aubin kind of sneaks it in over the right side. So with 10:19 to go, they've cut it back to a 1-score advantage. Back and forth we go. Wouldn't it be something, Tom, if the difference in the game was that pick 6
Exactly.
On that screen pass.
Or the kickoff return.
Or the kickoff return. Yeah.
The only 2 non-offensive scores in this game, a special teams touchdown by Dover and a defensive score by Guertin.
Johnson will try to cut this lead to 7. Comes off of his left foot, and it is through the uprights.
Yep.
So 10-19 to play here in regulation. 49-42.
No one's missed, right? No one's missed. 49-42. Oh, some of them missed now, but no one's missed before.
Did we not miss one? No, you're right. Nobody has missed.
I don't think anybody has missed.
So you have to wonder here, you know, you need, and we've talked about this, as a defensive staff, you know that what you are doing, it's not working. So, or there are holes in it, and you have to wonder, are there any adjustments that you can make that can keep things in front of you? Because we've seen a lot of big plays. We've seen some ground and pound, but we've seen more big plays than ground and pound. We've seen a lot of 8-9 yard runs. You know, you don't know what the formula is from the standpoint of how do we even begin to slow these guys down? It's a frustrating thing. I've been in some of those games as a coach.
That was an 11-play drive.
And that kick
they're going to return it.
Will come up the left hash, and he's got a seam and a nice form tackle there. But you got to be careful. There's a lot of standing over guys and looking down at guys, and that's going to cost you a flag.
Cost you a flag, pretty
that
much.
Was Alex Dolan on a pretty return there, a nice return. He was tackled by Luca Reddy. So it'll be 1st and 10 Guertin from the 39. Tom, you've seen enough football to know you're Dover. What do you do defensively? Do you do anything differently?
I think you pressure the quarterback. I think that's the only way to do it.
Well, they have a bunch trips. You have bunch trips to the right now. It's a run formation. They went completely run formation, and that is number 15, and he's on his way. It was like a wildcat.
How did that happen? Look at this.
This is Balistreri.
Look at this.
He's still on the move.
He's still on the move. And the Guertin bench was just running down the field with him on this side.
So they line up in bunch trips, which essentially becomes unbalanced line to the right. They direct snap it to Balistreri. I like the change up there by the coaching staff to put that in. They have not shown that here today, and Dover not ready for it. Not a great job of tackling by the Green Wave once they had the opportunity, but a huge run.
Well, that's just it. He bounced away from, I don't know, I'd like to see how many tackles he broke on that, because it looked like they had him for a 5-yard. It looked like they had him for a 5-yard loss. Then he looked like they had him for only a 5-yard gain, and then all of a sudden, bodies covered in, and everything just kept moving.
I like the change of pace in terms of the look, the change of the look.
What's the whistle for here?
So there is a stoppage in play. There's a penalty flag down at about the 19-yard line, I think, Tom, unless that's the 19-yard line. Back judge, or rather the...
well, Guertin's moving back.
So a penalty on Guertin. I don't know if they called...
I think somebody said something, or how far are they moving back? 5 yards?
Well, it's a
5-yard penalty.
After crew discussion, there is no foul on the play. We'll reset the game clock to 25 seconds and go.
So they'll reset the play clock 25 seconds. Guertin will just line back up. So much ado about nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Ace formation to the right. McDonough, one step, fires on a timing route, and did he catch it? No, he's going to say
I think that's
incomplete pass.
Yeah, I heard the whistle right away.
Yep.
So.
That was a good timing route. Just McDonough didn't put it up high enough, but a nice job on the timing there by
That's his first
Cards.
Incompletion in a while.
What do you got for numbers on him, Tom?
Oh, are you kidding me? I haven't even kept track. I'll have to go back and settle in, take the night and do it.
All right, double slot set. It's an ace look to the top. Szymanski will stay in and protect. Ball thrown and
Almost
nearly
picked.
intercepted there.
Threw that in a crowd, and they, look, after what Szymanski's done, they are going to triple team him or double team him at all.
Well, you know what you're going to see here now? They're going to run the same play, and they're going to have, I guarantee you, they're going to have Helmke run the corner route. They're going to jump Szymanski. We'll see if I'm right. Trips. It's empty formation, so we're gonna get the corner route here by Holmes. Let's see how they cover it. Trips to the field, and here it comes. Taking a shot, one-on-one coverage, and he drops it. Oh,
can't haul it in. Was it knocked away from him? Oh, and he's down.
Oh, and he's down. That's not good. Referees will stop the clock, and they'll come out and check on him.
Looks like that knee. He's grasping that left knee. Now he moves it. So let's see.
We're going to hope for the best here, obviously.
Sarah Horn, the trainer, goes out to check him right away, and we'll see. See what's wrong.
So Lennon went on the fade route, and he...
Oh, it looked like he got his foot caught and down, and his knee wrenched. Yep. That is Connor Lennon. We're not on broadcast. Are we on internet? Yeah, they're recording. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah. Did? Yeah, okay.
So a good sign is that Lennon is walking off under his own power, but he limping a little bit. We obviously hope the best for him. He's been quite the weapon here this evening, kicking the ball and catching the ball. And so it's going to be 4th and 10, and Guertin is going for it. They're going trips down here to the field. I believe it's and they're going to send Verts all the way. McDonough pads his feet. He's got a man, and he's got a first down.
Barely, but he's got it. He got Ballesteri.
Ballesteri on the reception.
Ballesteri, yeah.
Needed 10. He got 11, moved the stick. So that was the chance that Dover had to get off the field. They couldn't do it. Credit to Guertin. And look, they're bringing in different personnel here. Is Bishop Guertin. So I wonder if we're going to see that that double or that wing look, and it is exactly what we're going to see.
It was
double wing, one back in the backfield.
4th and 10. They got 11.
And here it comes, right up the chute.
And they get about
rugby scrum.
They get about 4, maybe 3 down to the 21.
Well, this is exactly how you want to milk the clock a little bit. You don't want to score quickly.
That was McDonough on the carry.
Yeah, McDonough faked the toss, and that's how he scored. He scored on that down here earlier. Faked that toss and just ran it up the gut. Little spinner series, little single wing or double wing look. And they're going to do it again. They go shoe to shoe up front and just follow the running back. I tell you what, he got right behind number 34.
This is still going on here. This is unbelievable.
And a flag flies. And I wonder what happened there. We'll have to get the call from Jeff Kleiner.
That doesn't look... Dover's being talked to, so I imagine the penalty is going to be on Guertin, as most of the discussion has been with the Green Wave. So that means that the penalty's on BG, and they'll have to move everything back. So what's the call? You going to call a hold in that pile of humanity that they had there? Is that what you're going to do? Is that what the call is? I can't imagine what else it is. It's not a face mask.
Well, I don't know.
Helmet to helmet? I mean...
The flag is quite, it wasn't thrown towards the line of scrimmage. It was thrown in the back.
During the run, personal foul, defense.
Yeah, it's going to be against BG, against Dover.
Defense, they're talking to Dover the whole time.
Whoever got tossed, well, they're probably telling them to play with, play smarter than that. There was a man down on the field for Guertin. You wonder how he got into that position. It was a personal foul, so that'll be a half the distance to the goal. It'll be 1st and goal from about the 7-yard line or so. Guertin will get back in that double wing look, and they'll probably just, again, continue to push forward. McDonough barking signals, and this time met in the backfield.
But another flag.
And another flag will fly. And
a Dover player's got his hands in the air again.
That's Bailey wondering what the call is here. So a better effort by Dover at the point of attack to limit the gain, minimize that gain, but we'll check the penalty. So a little sloppy here.
So now Jeff Kleiner goes over to talk to the Dover coaches. They're moving it back. This is going to be against BG. Because they want to know whether Dover wanted to accept the penalty or not, because there was a loss on the play.
Oh, a chop block, okay.
15-yard penalty.
Well.
Replay first down.
Chop block, right?
Yeah.
15 yards. So that moves everything back.
Well, you can run the Lombardi offense from back in the day, but you can't run the Lombardi blocking scheme.
Nope.
So it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Now it's 1st and goal from the 21, Tom. So you can't get it first down. You get 4 downs to score.
From the 21.
And your field goal kicker came off the field. We don't
with
know
a bad
if he's
leg,
with
right.
a bad leg. So we don't know. Slant route, and it's almost intercepted
Right.
there.
Looked like
Amari Lewis
made that
stepping in
play.
there.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, as much as it was almost intercepted, Balistreri almost catches it, and if he does, he walks into the end zone.
We saw that in a couple of deflections
We
today.
did.
In the
Yes,
Alvin
we
North
did.
game. So here's the situation. Not only do you lose your field goal kicker, you lose probably your best receiver, who makes his,
Well, I'd say Szymanski's had a pretty good night catching
right,
the football.
but Lennon down
Lennon's
here,
a little longer.
Lennon down
jump
here
balls and
jumps
so forth.
right.
Yep.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. So here we go again, 2nd and 10. Second
Balistreri's
goal.
had a nice night as well. Oh, here comes your corner route. They got him, and it's a touchdown.
Wow.
So exactly, they've hit on that play several times. They run a sit down by number 1, and number 2 runs a corner. And I'll tell you again, Mike McDonough puts that ball right where it needs to be. Right where it needs to be. You know it's coming.
And
you can't stop it.
I talked to this kid in September, and he didn't seem like he wants to play football anymore after this year. Wow, this guy, this guy, go kid, play. You got a good arm. Do it. Use it. It's a gift.
So who's kicking here? Is it Lennon back in to kick?
It is Lennon.
So Lennon back up.
Let's see how he does.
Ball down,
You
kick
wouldn't
out.
know. You wouldn't
No
know,
issues
would you?
there.
You wouldn't know.
55-42, 57-22 to go here.
56-42, 7:22 left.
I'll be interested to read Tom King's article tomorrow to see just what those numbers are for both of these quarterbacks.
Well, the article will say the Nashville South basketball team did a great job against our Bishop Guertin basketball team. Beat Dover 56-42 because that's what we've got. We got a basketball
It is
score.
a basketball score.
Basketball score as we get closer and closer to basketball weather. Actually, Riviera opens up their basketball season next week. And Monday, they are playing at UMass Lowell in an exhibition game.
Wow. So Guertin will tee the ball up from the 40. And again, I don't think we've seen our last score here this evening.
You kidding me? 7:22 to play, and any talk of just running out the clock or huddling up or anything like that is out the window. The ball is going to be in the air most of the rest of the night, especially with the guys in the white jerseys. But you got to be careful on this kickoff. You did not make the end zone here.
Deep
And
kick.
there's
There
another
is a seam in the middle,
but they close it off.
Closed up pretty quickly.
Yeah, but he gets up there. I mean, Guertin's speed shows a little bit more on the fact that they're not down there fast on the kickoff return. He is able to take it. No one's nailing him at the 20-yard line.
Well, it's
right?
a low. It's not a high
Not
kick
a high
that time,
kick,
but
right? But still, it's
so. Dover will set up shop at their own 34, Tom, and again, I'm sure we're going to see.
When Kolei was made the, was an NFLer. Special teams was one of the reasons why he was there, because of his speed.
Yes, correct.
And that's why the Patriots grabbed him. I asked Bill Belichick in the press conference, I said, for all his fans in Nashville, can you tell me why you picked Calais? He said, well, on special teams, you need somebody who can run.
Yeah, and he can do that.
He can do that. Of course, he pulled a hamstring on his first play. Oh! And he catches it.
Caught it. Wow. Nice catch there. He dropped it and then brought it back in. Ben Allen on the slant route. They faked the speed sweep, and Allen on the slant, able to concentrate while being tackled by Franco and reel it in. So first down.
10-yard gain.
And we'll wind it inside of 7 minutes to go here in regulation. Double slot formation, wider at the top of the field. One back to Auburn's left. They'll motion into the backfield. Again, they'll fake the speed sweep. Auburn's going to take a shot over the top, and he probably should have kept running.
Yeah, he would have had some room. And he also had a receiver open at the 50-yard line and didn't see him. He had Lewis wide open. Lewis was running right away, and he had him open there, didn't get it, and then that throw down the field is just a little high in double coverage.
You wonder if they'll come back to it, Tom, and tell him, hey, look at the intermediate route.
Right. Go intermediate, because Guertin now is playing to try to avoid the home run.
Second down and 10 for the Green Wave.
They don't want the quick score.
Double slot again. And here comes a swing pass, and it's dropped.
He turned and looked to run before he caught the ball, and they almost tried. It almost got to Auburn, but it looked almost like a swing play that Guertin had. There was a lot of real estate out there.
So Guertin will bring in some, looks like extra defensive backs.
Wow, you got 4th and 10 here.
Third and 10.
I believe it's 4th. No, it's 3rd. You're right. 3rd and 10. Yep.
So, but still,
3rd and 10.
Bring in some
43.
more cover guys. And that's one of the things you have to try to do. You got to mix things up. You got to.
Well, the one thing that BG has done in this second half is what I talked about.
And they're not cover guys. They're rush guys. Excuse me. They're edge rushers.
Let's see what happens.
Too deep. Little screen. No, he's taking a shot.
He's taking a shot. They collapse the pocket. He's got some room to run if he wants to. And he's got a blocker in front of him.
Nice job reading his block.
He read everything and gets out to the 45 and gets a first down.
We're going to credit Auburn on that, but I'm also going to say number 60 for the Dover Green Wave. That was Braden O'Neill, the senior, getting up the field and blocking. But your Guertin, Tom, you'll give that up right now. The clock is your friend.
Right.
You're up 14. You will give that up. Double
the one thing
set.
that Guertin's done all in this second half is they've scored. They've scored, and that's the big deal.
When in trouble, find a back. He did, and he's going to have an opportunity to get a first down.
Yep.
Brady McGinnis, he'll pick up another first down. Clock will stop. They'll move the sticks. So good protection up front there, as Auburn went through his reads and then was able to find the back late. But again, 6 minutes, clock is running. You have not shown the ability to make a stop on defense, so Dover's going to find a way to score and then get a stop. Guertin, ears pinned back a little bit on the front four. They'll come, a little twist stunt, and they had Auburn, and that stunt
and he's going to get out of it.
And he gets run down from behind by number 44 for the Cardinals. That was a great job by Ronzio. I'll tell you, they did a little.
We don't say his name very often, but he just made one of the biggest plays of the night. That was incredible.
Ronzio ran him down. And I'll tell you, it was the stunt that almost got him. They ran a little Texas stunt with the end and the tackle, a little twist.
So what that does is that shaves another 40 seconds off the clock, because it doesn't stop for any first down.
So trips to the field.
Oh, they're coming here again.
He's going to lasso it out.
They are coming.
Throws it off his back foot a little, and it's intercepted.
Wow. Balistreri.
There is another penalty down on the field, but that's going to be for...
Could be for roughing the passer?
I don't think so. That's going to go against Dover. He's going to give it to Dover, and the Dover lineman is saying, wait a minute, that should be on them, not me. And this has been a pretty chippy game.
During the play, personal foul on the offense. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is the interception. First down, BG.
So BG
during the play, so
they
don't tack it on. They don't give them the option to tack it on. So the interception by Balistreri just battles for it, right? That was just a 1v1.
Well, the first time that the jump ball went,
BG's way.
Went right? BG's way. And there's the defensive stop that we've talked about you needed to get. And now you've got 4:54. I wonder if you just don't get into your double wing set here and just kind of pound that ball.
I think that's what you do, right?
Well, as we say that, they come out in their spread, so what do we know? They will go double slot set. The ace formation is to the top of the screen, one back to McDonough. They're going to bring pressure, and if they get by this pressure, it's going to be a touchdown. If they bring pressure, it's going to be see you later, BG. We'll see. Nope, now they'll bail out of it. They checked out of it. Because what would have happened there is A.J. Holmes would have just waltzed into the end zone.
It is a chess match. But right now, all the pieces are in Guertin's hands. They have the clock, and they have their running game. And if they can combine the two, it would be checkmate.
And the one thing to point out here, Tom, is Guertin has never trailed in this game.
No, they have not.
They have never trailed in this game. They've played from in front the entire night.
And in this half, they had to score.
Here comes a run to Holmes right up the middle.
Their offense
see if Dover's ready for it.
Their offense was their best defense tonight.
Oh, a keeper there by the quarterback. Nice job there. Good pull.
And he may be a little bit short. Let's see. He's close to it.
And this is the point in the game where I want to keep my quarterback healthy, too.
But your quarterback,
I know he's part of the deal, but
that's just it. He is the conductor in this game.
I got no problem with that. I just want to make sure he's good to go.
About inches short of a first down.
So they're going to bring in the fun bunch here. They're going to go the double wing set.
The big guys? Two-score game, 3:42 to play. Guertin up 14. They get a first down here. They can probably shave off another minute and a half off the clock with a couple more plays.
And it's going to be McDonough getting a push from behind. And it's going to be a first down.
But you can't do that in high school football.
I don't think he can do that, but they're not. They didn't call it. So it'll be a 1st and 10 for BG. And now the clock begins to wind down, and you have to start thinking about timeouts if you're Dover.
Now you've got 3 left. So
got them all. You can't take them with you.
Yeah, but you really ought to. You need to call them pretty soon.
Well, it would be now because what McDonough's doing, he's watching the back. He's watching the hand of the official in the back.
Yep.
And when he puts his hand up, and now it's Holmes. And if he cuts back against the grain, it's going to be good night. And we got a stoppage of time. I don't know if it's a timeout Dover there first.
Yep, they had to call it quickly. Run to the 46. That was a good run. It was about a 6-yard run, 7-yard run.
If you can get first down runs like that, it's going to be see you in Pinkerton next week, Bishop Guertin. So what a great game here tonight, Tom. I know if you're a fan of offensive football, regardless if you like defense or offense, highly competitive game. And I called out the speed of Dover. And I gotta say, I've
somehow
been
Guertin heard you, and
Guertin heard me, and their speed has been incredible in the second half.
What they did in the second half was they scored every time they had the ball. They had to, and and that was the key.
That double wing employed by Guertin. McDonough barking signals. He'll spin and keep it himself. And he will have enough, I believe, for the first down.
It's very close. Looks it.
He's beyond that hash mark, and that stick is.
Charge timeout, Dover.
Dover will call timeout.
Yep. So one left, 2:54. The one thing you don't want to do is fumble the football if you're BG. That'll bring up all sorts of excitement on either side of the ball.
They're going to say it's third down, Tom. They're not even going to measure it. The stick is beyond the hash. The ball is not. So third and very short. However, you got 2 downs to get 2 inches. So
shotgun.
Tom King bringing up, rubbing some salt in the wounds from a couple of weeks ago. So, cards will line up, and if you're first-year head man, Coach Nalen, you got to be pleased that you're going to be advancing. And they're going to go wide on this one with a speed sweep. I like the call.
But you don't go out
Stay
of
in bounds.
You don't do that.
Just, slide into second base.
Don't do that. Just slide down, kid.
Yeah. Well, you know what, though, Coach? That's a teachable moment.
That was Fayette, I believe, right?
Yeah, it was Fayette on the speed sweep. But you know what? He doesn't get to touch the ball as much as maybe some of the other guys.
He touches it enough. He's played a few. He's scored some touchdowns in games we covered.
I mean tonight.
He hasn't been tonight, true, but
that's a teachable moment. They'll go over that in the film study, and I guarantee you he knows it. They'll give him another chance at it, and he'll kind of run up the guy. And look at the push at the point of attack. It's going to be another timeout for Dover, I believe, and that will be the final timeout for the Green Wave.
So now they will hold on. They will hold on to the ball, and I will probably start to make my way down because that clock is going to tick pretty fast.
Tom, always a pleasure to work with you. You have some wonderful insights. You're an angry man at times.
I am an angry
man. But
I am very angry.
But it's always a pleasure to get your perspective on things.
You see me at a scoreless soccer game after 110 minutes, you'll know how angry it gets. You'll know what angry means.
Tom King praying for extra time.
That's exactly it. All right, guys, thank you very much. We'll see you down the road.
He is Tom King, the angry old man. He'll head down and get some post-game interviews. And Tom King does a spectacular job writing for the Nashua Telegraph. Make sure you read his articles online or in print. He'll head down and we'll bring you home with this one. BG now in their double wing set. And McDonough's going to throw the ball. That was an interesting play call there. So the clock stops. It'll be 3rd and 10. That was a dangerous type play with no timeouts left. So I don't know if BG's going to call. So 3rd and 10. And I think everybody up here in the press box was kind of questioning that one. But and we've seen just about everything here tonight. Why not? Dogs and cats living together, to quote Ghostbusters. Motion into the boundary, and it'll be some type of a little quick middle screen, and that's swallowed up there. We'll keep the clock running. It was complete to Holmes. So it'll set up a 4th down for the Cardinals. So the clock will continue to run, and Guertin will milk the clock, as well they should. If they shouldn't get a first down here, the clock will stop on a change of possession. Any first down will also stop the clock for momentarily. 2-step drop. He's going to take another shot over the middle, and it's complete. McDonough's pass. And guess who? It's Szymanski, and he has had quite a night, and we watch him on Nashua ETV, and you can see he's a tired young man. He's had a heck of a game, and that's going to do it here. Guertin going to be allowed to just kind of take some knees now. A 14-point advantage, first down, clock starts, and they're going to take a couple of knees, and this one will be in the history books. It will be Bishop Guertin coming out on top, 56-42. 98 total points scored between the two teams. And this Guertin team will head to Pinkerton Academy next Friday night, and we'll get a chance to a better showing against Pinkerton. We want to make sure that both teams have played extremely hard here tonight. Want to wish all of the seniors from Dover the best of luck. They're a senior-laden team. And, you know, you see some of those kids down there hugging it up a little bit. They know it's their last high school football game, but they had a great showing here tonight, and you saw some offensive explosions from both of these teams. McDonough ready to take the snap. He does. He'll take a knee, and there's 35 seconds left. That's going to do it here from Stello Stadium. You see McDonough running off the field, imploring his teammates to get fired up. He's smiling ear to ear, as well he should be. He's had a heck of a game tonight. Both quarterbacks throwing the ball around the yard. They'll have to relace those footballs for next year. But a great job tonight. The game belongs to Mike McDonough, Cody Szymanski, and the rest of the Bishop Guertin Cardinals as they will move on to the quarterfinals and play a #1 seeded Pinkerton team. And if they throw the ball around like they did tonight, it just goes to show that anything that can happen. Bill Hardy used to say, when you play Pinkerton Academy, throw the ball early, throw the ball often, and that was a recipe for success back in the late 90s for Coach Hardy at Nashua High. Well, that could work out for Guertin's advantage. They'll get a chance to see if that can come to fruition. Congratulations to both of these teams here tonight as they show good sportsmanship at the 50-yard line. Congratulations to Coach Nalen, who gets his playoff win here tonight in front of a home crowd. And it will be final, Bishop Guertin 56, Dover 42. An outstanding game by both of these teams. For my partner, Tom King, and all of the Nashua ETV crew here at Stello Stadium, this is Jason Roby signing off, and we'll see you down the road. Take care.